落ちてくガラスの迷路ひび割れた声まだ消えないまま藤た記憶誰かの夢にすり替わる名前さえ今奪われてく聞こえるか胸の奥できしむ鎖の叫び逃げないで選ぶんだ自分だけの芯を一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を上書きしてくささやく嘘切り裂きながら覚めないなら夢を燃やせ一つ操られた明日に君の本と響かせてかけ違えたストーリー今塗り替えてゆけ黒いタイピング運命に鼓動が刺さる笑うシステム感情を食らう震えた指でログアウト先を探してるでも君の手が確かにここにある忘れるな偽物でも選ぶ痛みはリアル奪えない願いだけが最後のパスワード一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を上書きしてくささやく嘘切り裂きながら覚めないなら夢を燃やせ一つ操られた明日に君の本と響かせてかけ違えたストーリー今塗り替えていけ必殺君の声で暗いスクリプトを壊して一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を更新してく挟むく影抱きしめながら傷ついても夢を離すな一つ操られた未来君と一緒に飛び越えて交差してくストーリー今始まりに帰ろう
What a hater. Can you imagine? Can you imagine hating on the dancing segment? Can you imagine? being such a hater. It is truthfully unbelievable. I am not muted. I was just letting everybody understand the seriousness of hating on the dancing segment. It is truthfully just ridiculous. Shout out to all you guys. Welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right. We are live, boys. We are live. We are live. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do any of that, you got to bring it in close, ladies and gentlemen. Bring it in close. Hypno, put your intro music on Spotify. It's a banger. Man, maybe. We'll see. Maybe. Bring it in. Let's go. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Listen. It is a glorious Thursday. All right. A beautiful Thursday. Truthfully. They hate it because they don't want to subscribe. You might be right, King Dimmy Wing. You might be right, my man. You are a legend after all. Bring it in here. Let's go. We got to hug it out, man. Listen, we got a lot we got to talk about. And then we got to get right back to some gaming tonight. It's going to be a good time. I decided we're going to continue Crimson Desert because I can't leave it on a cliffhanger. Stop the fucking jokes. Stop the fucking jokes. I already know you're going to say it. Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger. Stop the fucking jokes. I already know what's coming. Relax yourself, okay? Bring it in. Let's go. It's a beautiful Thursday evening. We got to hug it out, ladies and gentlemen. And listen very closely. If you're watching over on YouTube, like the stream. Let's go. Let's go. Do not deny the hugs. Do not do it. Like the stream. If you're watching over on Rumble, like the stream. Although apparently everybody over there thinks I fucking ignore Rumble, but that's besides the point. And if you are watching anywhere else right now, well, that's impossible because I don't stream to any other platform. Fuck them. So like the stream, boys. Don't be like those guys. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking today? Boys, apparently there's a new Steam update. Right now it's on beta. It's on the beta client, so it's not available on the main client right now. But apparently they're changing up the entire fucking front page. Supposedly. We're actually going to take a look at that today, kind of see what's going on. We also got the announcement. Again, I don't know if this is official yet or not. It seems like it is. But we got the announcement of the announcement. We got the announcement that Final Fantasy XIV's next expansion is going to be presented on Friday, April 24th. Boys, with all due respect, this is do or die for Final Fantasy XIV. Okay? This is do or fucking die. But we're going to talk about that, man. It's either you do it or you're done. We'll see. What else are we checking? What else are we checking, boys? Let's see. What do we got in the chat? I need more time for video games. Don't we all? Don't we all need more time for video games, man? God damn, bro. God damn. Did you like what I sent you on X? Yes, I saw the Frostmourne. That is really cool. That's really cool, Dart Dimos. Thanks for sending that over. Very interesting stuff, man. I really... anyway, I told the story on Griffcast. I'm not going to repeat it, but still, you know. King Dimmy Wing says, sweet, I'm off that week. I could watch it. Hell yeah, brother. We're going to watch it together if I'm able to. We'll see. We'll see. What else we got, man? Back grabber check. What else we got? Let's see. Final Fantasy X is a phenomenal check. Gabe is tired of winning. No, Gabe is never tired of winning. Gabe is never tired of winning, brother. We got long weekend check. $1,000 PS6 ill check. It's a day before Friday check. Sure is. It sure is. Paid day off for Friday check. Very nice. Very nice. Enjoy your day off, Demon Carol. Monster Hunter Stories check. You know, I gotta try those games. You know, I keep hearing people talk about them. I've played a few Monster Hunter games, but I've never played the Stories games. And I know some people actually really enjoy them. So it's one of those games that I just... There's too many fucking cases, man. I'm one person, but it's definitely like a series that I really want to check out for sure. What else? We got Ass Grabber check, my birthday check. Oh my God. It is Adair Soto's birthday, boys. Hey. Hey, get the cake emojis in the chat right now. Get the fucking cake emojis in the chat, boys. It is Adair Soto's birthday. Happy fucking birthday, my guy. Shout out to you, man. Long-time viewer, long-time supporter. Thank you so much, Adair Soto, for hanging out with us on your birthday. That's awesome. I hope you had a good birthday. Shout out to you, my man. Hey, we even got Gucci Gooch in the chat. What's up, Gooch? Where the fuck is he? Let me see. Where is that Gooch? There he is right here. Gooch, what's going on, man? Shout out to Gooch. Welcome in, brother. Hope you've been well. Hope you've been well. Looking like you're living like a Don, man. This motherfucker Gooch, bro, just taking pictures right by the poolside with his chancletas on and his feet up. Dude's taking feet pictures for Kata and posting them on Twitter, showing every follicle of hair in 4K on his legs with the chancleta on right by the poolside, smoking a fucking cigar and shit. It's just like, bro, this guy's living a life. This guy's living a life, man. I'm fucking jealous. Hey, shout out to Gucci Gooch. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you've been well. All right, boys, listen, our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are indeed fully funded. We need to like the stream. Like the stream. Let's do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now, hanging out with us on this glorious Thursday. It's a beautiful, beautiful Thursday evening. Fucking love it, boys. It's a beautiful day. Who is in here, man? We got, we know we got Gooch. Yo, and Gooch's birthday's tomorrow. Wait a second. Hey, everybody fucking wish Gooch a happy birthday, man. Yo, cake emojis. Damn, a lot of birthdays. A lot of birthdays, man. Everybody throw some cake emojis in the chat right now for Gucci Gooch. Shout out to you, man. Happy early birthday. I'm sure you're going to be out tomorrow slanging them hoes. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Adair Soto. I'm scared. I'm inside my box now. Don't be scared, brother. Azrai, what's going on, man? We got Voice in the Water. We got Too Cool Curry. Got Diet Spam over on Rumble. You got Tanya Raven. What's up, Tanya Raven? What the fuck, YouTube? What happened? What? Did you not get notified again, or are you banned from donoing again? Which one? Which one is it, man? Which one is it? Dark Today. What's going on, Dark Today? We got T-Jazz on in Comics. We got Sir Spam-A-Lot. We got John D. What's going on, John D? Fucking legend. Who else is in here? Let me see. We got Radoka, Danarire over on Rumble. We got Akuma. What's going on, Akuma? We got David Cohen. We got Guy Kierman going to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie. How are you going to do that if you're in your box? Explain that, sir. How are you going to do that? Lucky Boy with the empanadas. Adair Soto again, the fourth wall guy. What's going on, man? We got Felsteph. What's going on, Felsteph? Deidre over on Rumble. Crash Collins over on Rumble. We got Matthew saying, hello, please. What's going on? Commander Sonak. We got Magni32. Ricardo Dawson. What? Well, now that you admitted that you're gay with that intro, what are you going to do next? What am I going to do next now that I've admitted I'm gay with that intro? Let's see. What am I going to do next now that I've admitted I'm gay with that intro? What am I going to do next?
This motherfucker does not pay me to do this.
I guess that's something, I suppose. What else we got, man? Who else is in here? Let me scroll back up. We got Black Tailgate. We got Darth Dimos. What's going on, man? He says he's here. Shout out to Darth Dimos. We also got Timothy. What's going on, Timothy? Light Ferret over on Rumble. War Wizard. He may be here. He may not be here. Who knows? Who knows? We got Crash Collins over on Rumble. We got Radoka. What's going on, Radoka? The King Joker. Nick Havoc. Janarthus says he's here. Setsuna Shadow says the Fox is here. Mervoth over on Rumble says he's off tomorrow. Very nice. Enjoy it. Mr. Blue Cthulhu. What's going on, man? And Gaming Wolf 87. We got Dragon. Dositsu over on Rumble. We got Dark Tenave. Melodic Method. Who else is here? King fucking Demon Wing says he's here. Shout out to the King Demon Wing. Appreciate you, brother. We got Uper199. What's going on, Uper? We got Jack. And then there's the rest of that. Does that work on people? We got Voice in the Water. We got Panthera. Not here, so you can't hug me. That doesn't work. That does not work. You can't do that. All right, 4 more people. Then we got to get on with the show, man. 4 more people. Let's go. Who's here? Ron DFK. Everybody touch the hat. Everybody touch the hat right now. Ron DFK. What's going on, dude? We got Bolski. We got Kalen. We got Papa Stitch. What's on, Papa Stitch? How you doing? We got Mookie Dookie over on Rumble. Lucky Boy. Who else? Tanya Raven. Gooch says, this is the best chat. I've always said that. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. We have some pretty awesome people here, for sure. Pretty awesome people. The lurkers, everybody. Everybody's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And last but not least, we got Zelosi on Rumble. We got Oraza over on Rumble. We got Beautiful Zexel. We got Sanikin. We got Hanny. We got Extra Hall. What's going on, dude? Extra Hall, how you doing? And we got Denariah, who says, I just got absolutely bodied by a tree. Turns out you can drop a log on your own face in Crimson Desert and die. I don't know if he was expecting me to actually read that. So I wonder if like there's a certain level of embarrassment that he's feeling right now that I read that. Like, was I supposed to read that? I don't know. But I mean, regardless, I read it. All right, boys, let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member. And let's see who's going to get the final call-out money shot today, man. Who is it going to be, boys? On this beautiful, beautiful Thursday evening. This is the second biggest money shot by far. The biggest money shot is usually Fridays. But who is going to get it, boys? Come on, let's see. Sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member. We got Sanikin saying dodged with Ultra Instinct level speed to go down by 3, shielded from the reverses. All right, fair enough. That's pretty decent. 1, 2, 3. Deidre Connick says booty hole protected by pineapple disgusting pizza. Type shit, Uno reverse, but it doesn't work because Sanikin was protected by Uno reverses, so we're going to go down. Scrap Gamer says no Alyssa, no Wokendo, no Ubislop testicular torsion spell down by 6, and don't even think about using Uno reverse because I threw that shit before I even entered the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Holy shit.
No, that wasn't loud enough.
Holy shit.
You know, I wonder what they were laughing at. I wonder what Lex was laughing at. And do you think that in the middle of the laugh with the mouth wide open laughing, do you think it's I have a lot of questions. But regardless, congratulations to Lex Icefox. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
Like the stream, boys. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at this. Gimme. Oh, my God. You're all whores. Every single one of you. You don't even pretend to not want it anymore. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, yeah, they wanted it. I know. They're all fucking whores. It's fine. Anyway, shout out to Lex Icefox. All right, boys, listen, we got a lot we got to talk about today. Man. We got main topic is going to be about Steam and Fortnite, especially. There's been some conversations going on about Steam overall. And there was one particular article or like thread or whatever that was brought up about Steam. And it was essentially from a GameStop either employee or whatever, current employee. I don't know exactly who said it. All I know is somebody at GameStop or formerly at GameStop. They kind of brought up the idea of like why Steam always wins. And it's pretty much everything we've always said, which is Steam is not a retail store. It's not a digital storefront. It's a community. And I know that sounds really cringe and really gay, but that is genuinely what it is. And so it's interesting to see other people say the same exact thing, because I'm happy to say that there are some people that fucking get it. Like, there are some people that truly get why Steam is as successful as it is. So we're going to go over that. We're going to go over what he said and kind of discuss that and see what's going on with that. And it kind of ties into Fortnite, because Fortnite, there are a lot of games analysts that are out there that are starting to think that Fortnite's cultural impact, or like their moment in the culture, is now starting to fade because, you know, with all the layoffs that happened at Epic Games, where they fired over 1,000 people, that Fortnite's not making as much money as it used to, even though it has more collaborations than it has ever had before. Their cultural impact is starting to slowly but surely dwindle. And we are actually seeing the slow death of what was once considered something that would never die. It's just pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So we will talk about that because it kind of ties into all that. We're going to talk about Final Fantasy 14. There's a couple of things about Final Fantasy 14. Number one, they finally lifted restrictions on certain things that you weren't able to do in Final Fantasy 14 after 4 years, allowing players to be able to do certain things that they've been begging to be able to do. And it makes you wonder why that is. Well, mainly because there's not as many players. Also, Final Fantasy 14 supposedly is going to be announcing their next expansion. We're going to go over that, talk about that as well. We're going to talk about the revelation of the Last of Us multiplayer game that everybody knew was canceled, but apparently now they're talking about when it was canceled, why it was canceled, and how complete it was before it got canceled. So we're going to talk about that. Apparently it was near completion, and they decided to cancel it anyway because Sony loves canceling things. Mech Warrior Studio Piranha Games has laid off 30% of their employees. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to cover an article going over David Jaffe's accusation against Crimson Desert and how the gaming media is trying to run with the story as if it somehow destroys the image of Crimson Desert. Remember when David Jaffe, I never got to cover it when he said it because he's a fucking retard and he's like the lowest on the totem pole when I try to cover things. But remember when he said that the goblins inside of Crimson Desert are just Jewish people, basically? That they have the same Jewish stereotypes that have been plaguing the gaming industry? Well, apparently now the gaming media is picking up on that story and they're trying to be like, yeah, you know, it's a heated debate. It's affecting the image of Crimson Desert. There's people that agree, people that disagree. Bro, nobody fucking agrees with that shit. Shut the fuck up with that nonsense. Anyway, so we're going to talk about that because it's interesting stuff. And we got some funny videos to go over too. And also there's this new handheld that I was kind of questioning whether or not I should actually get, called the Evercade Nexus. I've been meaning to look at this for like 5 days or 4 days. I don't remember exactly how long. And every time I say I'm going to react to it, I never get to react to it. So I'm reacting to it tonight. I don't give a fuck. I'm reacting to it tonight. I'm not going to forget this time. So we're going to look at that. And there's also this new indie game that I want to take a look at that's inspired by 90s anime that I think looks really, really cool. It's called Samurai Pizza Cats. Blast from the Past. It looks pretty fucking sick. So we're going to look at that. All right, boys, before we do any of that, we got to celebrate the people that have gone the extra step. We have to, man. These people are going crazy in the chat right now. The chat is literally fucking blowing up. It's exploding. It's exploding. You want to know why? Because Gooch is here. That's why. Gooch is here, and with Gooch comes the money. Don't ask me how I know that. It just is what it is. That's the rules, man. If Gooch is here, then membership trains go crazy. We got Mr. Melancholy with a 149 super sticker. Thank you, Mr. Melancholy. I appreciate you, my man. And then we got Xavier. Xavier dropping a 5 membership banger in the chat. Scream. And considering that is the first one of the stream, you already know exactly what that means. Fucking legend, man. Shout out to Xavier. Thank you so much for the 5 membership banger. I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, guys, forgot to mention when we were going over topics. So I listened to your feedback, you sons of bitches. Don't pretend like I don't listen to your feedback. I listened to your feedback, and I decided that I am going to relist the most recent season of Hypnocast so that you guys can watch it on demand, whatever you want. I'm still going to keep the first 2 seasons unlisted because nobody really watches those anymore. So there's really like my whole idea of unlisting them to help the algorithm still kind of maintains its thing. But I've decided to relist Hypnocast season 3, and I will keep Hypnocast season 3 all the way up until season 4 comes. And then when season 4 comes, season 3 will go unlisted. So that way you guys can watch it, because I saw a lot of you guys saying that you wish you could watch it and stuff like that. So don't say I don't listen to you, motherfuckers. All right. Don't say I don't listen to you. So they're available on YouTube. It is live for you to check out and have fun with that. So appreciate you, man. And we got Demon Carol with a 2 saying moist. That's disgusting. Nobody likes that word. We're going to pass that word. Thank you. We got War Wizard saying the same word. Fucking bastard. 199. Moist type shit. It's disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. Akuma with a 10 says time to get nice and... Oh, come on, Akuma. Not you too. Not you too. You know, I thought we were bros. I really thought we were bros. He did scream more, though. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Rudoka with a 5. Yo, Hypno, check it out. The Hypno Bunny has appeared before the big weekend holiday. Be sure to check out that basket. That profile picture is fucking weird, brother. Why would you do that? Like, what were you like? Anyway, Extra Hall for 11 months says, love the new intro. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Took me a very long time to do. It took me a very long time to do. Akuma with a 5 says, we need a Dragon Ball or equivalent to revive Bigot Army member Gopher. No, it's about the sacrifice. It's about the Gopher sacrifice. It doesn't hit the same when you start reviving characters. Something I've never liked in like video games and anime. Like, death has to have a consequence. Otherwise, the power boost means nothing, right? Thank you, Akuma. King Demon Wing, 14 months of legendary status, says, we gotta love 3-day weekends, especially when you are normally off on Saturday and Sunday. Let's fucking go, brother. Hey, enjoy your 3-day weekend, man. What are you gonna do? Goonin. We all know that's the answer. We all know. Shout out to King Demon Wing. Thank you for 14 months of legendary status, my guy. I appreciate you very much, man. War Wizard 499. Kata didn't like Mario because someone of average height sat in front of him for the movie. Probably. I would imagine that's probably accurate. Thank you, man. Adair Soto. Look at this fucking guy, man. Dropping a $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger on his birthday. Shout out to Adair Soto. Thank you so much, brother, for the $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger. I appreciate that. He says, today is my birthday, Hypno. I have one selfish request for my birthday. Will you play the trailer of the Star Wars Forces Unleashed 2? It's a 4-minute video to bring back memories for my 27th birthday. I will do it, but I will do it later. I'm not going to do it right now. We got to stay on pace. And if I start letting people pay to fucking play whatever, it's going to be chaotic. This is why I don't do it. But I will, for your birthday, since you've been a long time viewer, I will do it, but we'll do it later. After like the topics and shit, we'll do it later. I promise. Just remind me, okay? Thank you for the $100 red boy. What clip you want, man? You got to tell me what clip you want. You didn't tell me what clip you want. Tanya Raven with a 2 says no notification from YouTube. I'm unmoist and late. Sounds about right. Why am I not surprised? And then Tanya Raven dropping a 5 membership banger in the chat screen. Shout out to Tanya Raven with the 5 membership banger. And apparently the mods have been yelling at me in the chat amongst everybody else, by the way, that we are somehow at tier 2 already. I don't know how that is. I got to keep going through the donos, but we are at tier 2 already, and that's absolutely insane. Holy shit, man. That's fast. Yeah, that's really fast. Boys, that makes us 611 tier 1s in a row and 294 tier 2s in a row, guys. We have probably the #1 streak on YouTube. We're at 611 tier 1s in a row. Do you understand how fucking crazy that is? 294 tier 2s in a row. What the fuck is going on, boys? What is going on? Holy shit, man. Let's keep going. We got Gray Soul. Gray Soul with a 5 says no letter is as important as the letter R when typing Gary Oldman in a Google search. You don't say. You don't say. Thank you, Gray Soul. I appreciate that, brother. Wow. Wow. Look who it is, boys. Wow. Look who's contributing to the membership trade. It's motherfucking Lucius Malfoy. Holy shit. We got, bro. Hold on. We got Lucius Malfoy is in the chat, boys. We showed it the other night. I don't know if I have it saved anymore. But boys, we got a very famous person in the chat. A very famous person in the chat. What do we say? What do we say? Jay's the best of us? He's not Jay. He's Lucius Malfoy. That's who he is. That's what he's going to be. I told you guys to go to Drunk 3PO's stream and to tell him that he needs to actually become Lucius Malfoy. If he does, I will watch the show. I will watch the show. Shout out to Drunk 3PO in all seriousness, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and dropping 5 memberships. I appreciate that. That is fucking legendary. That is absolutely legendary. Thank you, sir. This guy, man, he's just so much better than all of us. I really mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. The guy is like legit better than all of us. It's amazing. I wanna meet Drunk 3PO one day. Shake his hand firmly, because we don't do no bitch handshakes here. Shake his hand firmly. Be like, you are a legend, sir. And then just walk away. One of those like weird handshakes. You know what I mean? Scared putter. You're growing your hair out? Let's go. Bro, he has to play the role. Beware, Jay is tall. That's fine. Tall guys do not intimidate me. Besides, he's like a teddy bear. He's a legend. Appreciate that. He's Draco's father from Harry Potter. Melodic Method, you didn't know who the hell Lucius Malfoy? Hey, I'm sorry, Melodic. You're a legend, brother, but I got to do this to you. I'm sorry. I can't let that pass. Put user in timeout and 10 seconds. All right, there we go. Sorry, brother. I had to ban. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. You can't come in here and not know who Lucius. No. I love you, man. I'm sorry. 10 seconds. You'll be back in 10 seconds. Don't worry about it. And they said, what? Look, he's already back. Look, he came back fast. Oh, man. Shout out to Melodic Method. And shout out to Drunk 3PO. Sincerely, thank you for the 5 again. I appreciate that. And he says, hail to the greatest chat on YouTube. Why does everybody think I have the greatest chat on YouTube, man? I mean, I think that, but I'm obviously biased. So, like, you're not supposed to listen to me when I say that. But that's the second person that's coming to chat today and be like, hey, this is the greatest chat on YouTube. Bigot Army, you guys are winning, man. You guys are winning, man. You got Gooch saying you're the biggest. You're the biggest of the best. You got Drunk 3PO saying you're the biggest of the best. Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. Winning here. Winning. All right, boys, listen. We got to continue because I think they might be right. Because holy fuck!
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
Holy shit.
God damn. King Demon Wing. Brother, King Demon Wing just dropped a 50 membership ultra mega hyper banger in the fucking chat, boys. Oh my God. This guy is enjoying his 3-day weekend a lot, apparently. What's up, Scooby Pup? How you doing? Bro, 50 memberships. That's crazy, bro. Holy shit. Thank you so much, King Demon Wing. Do you want the norm, sir? Do you want the gingers and the fairies? You gotta let me know, man. I didn't see in the chat. I apologize. You gotta let me know. But holy shit, that's crazy. Then we got GDR becoming a member. Look at that absolute legend. I appreciate that. King Timmy Wing. Yep, I knew it. I called it. See, I know people. I know it. I know you guys, man. He said fairies and gingers. Man, why did I even ask? Why did I even ask?
All right, boys, it's another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Holy shit.
It's a Red Boy Hyper Banger, bitches! Let's bring the ladies in!
Brother, King Demon Wing, thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you. And again, I hope you enjoy your 3-day weekend, bro. Sincerely, you deserve it. Thank you for everything, as always. And Lex Ice Fox, apparently after the money shot, decided to become a member. I don't know how to feel about that. But welcome in, Lex. Appreciate you. Drunk 3PO says he's got to go to church after those clips. I definitely understand that for sure. I definitely understand that. You know what? I think somebody should red boy goblins so that drunk 3PO can really go to church. That's what I think. King Joker, 6 months says 6 months type shit. Let's fucking go, bro. Shout out to King Joker, man. 6 months. That's halfway to Super Saiyan, bro. Thank you so much. We got Monkey Man, 25 months. What do you get when 5 fish are divided by 2? Tuna you know? You sure you want to go with that the best chat thing? You sure? This is what I got to deal with every day. Tanya Raven with a 5. I bought Cat Quest 3 based on Xbox Spring Sale. Now, where is Cat Quest 1 and 2, Microsoft? Hey, Cat Quest 3 is pretty good, but I honestly think Cat Quest 2 is better. I think Cat Quest 2 really was a true like evolution of Cat Quest 1 in all the best ways. And then Cat Quest 3, they went a little bit too far with like the 3D shit. I don't know. It had some good elements for sure. A lot of good secret content too. But I think I like 2 the best, in my opinion. They're working on a 4th one. So we'll see how that goes. Phantom with a 5 says, hello, I'm not a bit of while. Glad to see you're doing well. Congrats on 100K subs because I wasn't here. When you hit it, you're still a very late in game man. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And then he became a member all on his own. Thank you, Phantom. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to you. We got K-Styles with the 5 says, I thought moist picante was the worst word ever. No. That's the combination, right? So that just makes it nasty. But like the word moist itself is a disgusting word. Okay. Like we don't say moist here. It's nasty. It's nasty. Melodic Method with a 20 says, wait, so you killed Gopher too? You are heartless. I didn't kill Gopher. Did you not watch the intro? I didn't kill Gopher. Gopher got killed by a demon journalist. And then I used Gopher to get a power boost like Goku used Krillin. And then I became the Void. Come on, man. I didn't kill Gopher. You've only watched the intro like how many times now? Alucard with a 2. RIP Gopher. Oh, my God. This is a thing now. This is the thing now. Dragon with a 5. By the power of the white dragon, the Gopher has returned. Stop bringing dead people back to life. It makes their sacrifice not mean as much. Let's stop that. War Wizard 199. Sub will be relisted. Dub available for purchase. Makes sense. Drunk 3PO, thank you again for the 5. I appreciate that. And then War Wizard 189, Hypnotic gifted himself 5 memberships again. I still can't believe this is still a thing. Like, this is some of the oldest lore by far. The whole, like, me and Drunk 3PO, the same person, fucking nonsense that's been around for, like, almost 3 years now. I've been hearing that for literally almost 3 years now. I think it's been that long. I'm pretty sure it's been that long. It's crazy, man. Akuma with the 5 memberships in the chat screen. Thank you so much, Akuma. I appreciate that, my man. And then we got War Wizard 189, a firm but moist handshake. It's only moist if you keep holding each other's hands. That's not what a handshake is supposed to be. And then Extra Hall with a 5. Hey, I got my best friend into indie games and he loves it. Nice. Nice. This is the time to do it. This is definitely the time to do it. I appreciate that, man. Oh, my God. We got Lisa Ray with a 1999 says makes up for months of lurking. Thank you so much, Lisa Ray. I appreciate that in the chat screen. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate that. All right, let's go over to Rumble. Rumble, what do we got going on, man? What's Rumble doing over there? Let's see. Let's check on Rumble. We got Crash Collins gifting a membership on Rumble, which I think he did for Light Ferret. But then Light Ferret pulled the Uno reverse plot twist and became a member all on his own right after that. thus not getting the gifted membership. I would assume that's what happened. But, you know, it is what it is. Thank you, Crash Collins and Lifer. And then we got Y2K Cowboy gifting a membership over on Rumble as well. Thank you, Y2K Cowboy. I appreciate that. And then we got, let's see, let me scroll down a little bit. We got Crash Collins with $1. Today, I'm a 64-year-old bigot, gooter, furry, elfkin, sexist, racist, elitist, and all the other ists. Happy birthday, Adair. Yo, is it your birthday too, Crash Collins? Holy shit, man. It's everybody's birthday today. Cake emojis in the chat. Cake emojis in the chat for Crash Collins, man. Happy fucking birthday. That's awesome, dude. Man, everybody's birthdays today. Everybody's birthdays today, man. Your parents all fucked at the same time. That's awesome. Congratulations to your parents. Appreciate that, man. Crash Collins, thank you so much, bro. Draconic with the membership on Rumble. Thank you, Draconic. I appreciate that, my man. And then we got Y2K Cowboy doing another membership on Rumble. Thank you, Y2K Cowboy. We got H. Batha with a 5. Rumble chat is the hole. YouTube is the skin around the hole. What a disgusting fucking analogy. Why would you do that? Oh my God, man. Thank you. DJ Conic with $1. Since you don't like to say moist type shit, here you go. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh wow. Hold your horses. Holy shit, boys. Crash Collins. You did not have to do that, my guy. Crash Collins gifted, hold on, a $100 Red Boy Hyperbanger. Where the fuck did it go? Look at this. $100 Red Boy Hyperbanger on Rumble. Damn.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Crash Collins. Thank you so much, man. He says, okay, now I have to drop a Red Boy for my birthday. Happy birthday, fellow almost fools. Give me some elf girls. Listen, you guys do not have to drop Red Boys for your birthdays, okay? You should be keeping your money for your birthdays. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. But I'm happy that you guys are just here choosing to hang out with us on your birthday. I think that's fucking insane. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So, but in any case, thank you for the Red Boy. Crash Collins, I appreciate that, man. Denarai with a 2 says, what do 2 lesbians do for a second date? Rent a moving truck. Why don't gay dudes drive faster than 68 miles per hour? Because if they drive 69, they'll blow a rod. You know, Denarai, sometimes I wonder about you, my man. Sometimes I really just wonder. I really wonder. We'll see about that. Alucard with a 5. Is Disney the gayest kingdom ever? Well, where else do you think all the fairies hang out? True. It's true. Ron DFK with a 2. Crimson Deserts like school, cliff notes, and all over. You know, these cliff jokes are pretty terrible. They're pretty terrible. They're pretty terrible. Thank you, Ron DFK. I appreciate that. All right, boys. We are fully caught up on everything. Shout out to you guys, man. Pre-stream Legends was crazy. I'm just going to check gifted games really quick, and then we're going to get into the content, boys, because I think I got one gifted game from Griffcast that I wanted to showcase today. I'm not sure if they're watching right now, but we got HXC, the legend. Because I know you're not a fan of early access, but I saw you wishlisted it. I'm enjoying it heavily, so hopefully you do too. P.S. Join Crimson. Gifted Gray Zone Warfare Supporter Edition. Yeah, I remember this game. I remember wishlisting this game. Immerse yourself in the ultimate Gray Zone Warfare experience with exclusive extras, including unique cosmetic apparel, special supporter designation, additional support equipment, the largest locker, lockbox. Yeah, this game looked pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you, look pretty cool. So, but I appreciate that, HXC. Thank you so much for that. That's fucking awesome. Thank you. Yesterday we had a crazy fucking day for gifted games, man. It was wild. We had like over 12 or something like that gifted games. It was insane. Thank you guys so much. All right, listen, two things we're gonna react to right now. All right, two things that I've been looking at. One of which I've been meaning for days to react to, and the other is just one of those things that I saw today. The first thing I want to react to is Evercade Nexus, bro. I have never heard of this. All right. I have never heard of this, but apparently it's like a retro handheld console. And you guys know, ever since I discovered Mod Retro and their handheld, like, you know, fucking Game Boy and shit, I've been really into like these really well done retro handheld consoles. Now, this one in particular looks more like a Game Boy Advance. It's kind of like, it kind of has like the body of a Game Boy Advance. I don't know if I'm going to get it, to be honest with you, because I kind of prefer or want to get the Mod Retro Game Boy style, you know, handheld. But regardless, this looked interesting, and I saw a picture for it on Twitter, and I was like, well, let me go check it out on YouTube and see the video. So let's react to the video together and see what this is about. This is called the Evercade Nexus, and it's the official announcement for it. I saw it going viral on Twitter, so let's see what it's about. Let's check it out. These are definitely becoming more and more of like a thing, right? Like these consoles, you know, like these consoles that are saying they're going to play a whole bunch of older games. Here's the problem with this, though. The thing with Mod Retro is that Mod Retro can actually play real Game Boy games, and real, just like I think, real Game Boy games, maybe even GBA games. I don't remember exactly. But this one, I mean, Mod Retro also sells their own cartridges, but this one I think only plays their own cartridges. I think. I don't know. I kind of, you know, I want to see. It says they have 80 plus physical cartridges. Let's see. Hold on. That's cool. That's cool. They have a true arcade action mode. That's pretty sick. Where it kind of like tilts it upwards, so you can experience it in that regard. That's pretty cool. That's cool too. You can, so you have share play. You have share and play with their syncing capability. So if you know somebody else that has the Nexus, then you can share your game with them and play together. That's really cool. I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. This fucking music, I feel like, is copyright. I don't know. We'll see. Coming October 2026. Pre-order April 1st. So they have two different versions, I think, or something like that. One is $169, one is $199, or something like that. But again, so they only play their own cartridges, if I'm not mistaken, because I had very little time to like research this particular console. But I believe they only play their own cartridges. Now they have a really nice setup. Don't get me wrong. like they have their Evercade and stuff like that, where it gives you a physical copy. So if you want to like, physically collect these games, you actually can do that. But I just kind of dig the mod retro personally. I feel like the mod retro does it better because the mod retro plays actual real Game Boy games instead of just whatever they sell. So this is where like I'm kind of, I don't know, like the concept of this thing looks cool, but I just don't like I feel like it's so expensive. And I know retro gaming's very expensive now. I know that. But I don't like $200. I don't know. I don't know about that. For something that doesn't reverse play actual real games, I don't know. You'll wait till Christmas. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think it's gonna go like on sale within a couple of months. I think they're gonna keep it at $189 for as long as possible. So, I mean, listen, but I will say it's cool to see that they're trying to come out with more and more of these retro style consoles or retro style handhelds. Even though this, I feel, is more of like a hybrid. It's definitely more of a hybrid, right? It doesn't have that retro style or feel to it, even though it does play older video games, but it has more of like your standard control setup now. But I think some people would be into this for sure. I think some people will be into this. Yeah, exactly. More options can't hurt. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. This may not be for me, but I think this would be for some people. And whoever it's for, hey, enjoy it. But I think I'd rather try to get with the mod retro handheld, in my opinion. So, all right, well, that's pretty cool. I wanted to react to that. And I want to react to this. I'm excited for this, man. This game is called Samurai Pizza Cats Blast from the Past. You can wishlist it on Steam right now. This shit looks so fucking cool, boys. I saw this clip. How much are the games for this? They're really expensive. When I checked, I think it's like $50 a game. It's crazy. It's crazy. This fucking game looks so sick. I don't know if you guys have seen this game, but it looks amazing. If you are a fan of anime, especially old school anime from the 1990s, early 2000s, around there, this shit looks amazing. And I love that it's actually becoming a video game. But regardless, it's only a 35-second trailer. I might be able to find a longer one on Steam. But in the meantime, check this out. It's so cool. It's based on the anime from the 90s. So check this out.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This Samurai Pizza Cats are back with a brand new video game.
The Big Cheese has an evil scheme up his sleeve.
And it's up to you, the player, to stop him from taking over Little Tokyo.
Switch between your favorite cats, Speedy
Guido.
And Polyester.
And get ready for some nostalgic pepperoni action.
So put on your best pajamas.
Because we're going to party like it's 1991 with the return of the Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh, man. Dude, fucking talk about nostalgia, man. Talk about nostalgia. That is fucking awesome. So it's available for wishlist now on Steam, but they do plan to release it on all major platforms. So even though it might start off on Steam, it's gonna release, on PlayStation, probably the Switch, Xbox, all that stuff. So that's pretty sick. Let me see if there is a longer trailer. I don't think there is, but let me see if there is. Hold on. Let me check Steam itself. Samurai Pizza Cats Blast from the Past. Let's see. Nope. That's the only trailer they have. They do have screenshots. I could show you the screenshots here. Let me see. Show you the screenshots here. Kind of give you an idea. It looks like the 90s anime, which is so good. It looks like it. Even down to like the film grain. You can even see the film grain and everything. It just looks so good. Look at this. Man. It's crazy we live in a world now where you could just bring an anime to life like this. Back in the day, watching stuff like this, you would never think you'd be able to play it exactly like this. But they captured the essence of this series literally perfect. I mean, I don't see anything that they can improve on from a visual standpoint. They captured it so good. There's a longer trailer out on YouTube. Is there? I'm going to check right now. I just want to look through the screenshots. But I mean, down to the fucking film grain, you can literally see it's so good. God, it's so good. They brought back 90s art. Yeah, and I feel like 90s anime art really was top tier. I know some people really like the new gen shit. Don't get me wrong. But I'm a big fan of the old school, like just really hard work 90s, early 2000s anime. I just really am. Let me check on YouTube because you guys said there's a longer trailer. Let me see. Samurai Pizza Cats. Let's see. What the fuck is that? Guys, when I searched Samurai Pizza Cat, why did this pop up?
Mashi mashi.
Okay. Yeah. Why would you tell me this? Why would you tell me to YouTube this shit, man? This is literally Leon. This is Leon right now. Oh my god, man. This is fucked up. Okay, let me try to be a little more specific. Samurai Pizza Cat game trailer. Okay, there we go. That's better. Oh my god. So this is a little bit longer of a trailer. Let's play this. Jesus Christ.
Welcome back to Little Tokyo, where some big news has just reached the big cheese.
A video game, 30 years later, and these old-fashioned furballs are getting a new video game. These darn pizza cats are always stealing my spotlight. I haven't felt this angry since our cartoon show stopped airing on TV.
Calm down, Zemo. If the Pizza Cats are getting a new game, that means we will be cast as the main villains, right? Our voice actors are even recording the scene that we're doing right now.
Oh, shit. So they're using the same voice actors? That's awesome. That's actually really cool.
But I'm supposed to be the lead. I'm probably not even going to be a playable character.
Calm down, Cheese. I have a plan. We could bribe the animators to draw a super powerful robot for us. And then we can get rid of those pesky Pizza Cats once and for all.
Bribe the end.
Bro, they man, can we bring this art back? Can we bring this back? They even made the audio sound like it's old. Yeah, they made the audio sound like it's from the 90s. Like, can we bring this back? Fuck, man, this shit is peak. I don't care what people say, man. God, I love this stuff. This is great.
Animators, what a brilliant idea. And with those annoying pizza cats out of the way, I'll become the new emperor of Little Tokyo once and for all.
Oh no! Isn't there anyone who can stop this cast-off supervillain?
So, the big cheese is up to his old tricks again, huh?
Well, we've got 9 lives, plus continues.
And when the game gets tough, you know who to call.
We are the Samurai Pizza Cats!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Samurai Pizza Cats
Nice.
are back with a brand new video game. The Big Cheese has an evil scheme up his sleeve, and
So
it's
that's basically it, because everything else after this is what we already saw. So pretty cool. All right. Well, hey, listen, man, I'm excited for this. I will love to play this. Absolutely. Yeah, this is super nostalgic. I will definitely 100% play this all day long. I hope it's good. I hope they don't fuck it up. You have the nostalgia. You have that in the bag. but you got to make the game good. You can't just fucking rely on nostalgia. So can't wait for this. It's going to be really exciting, man. I'm down for that. I am down for that. I already wishlisted it, so this will be awesome on Steam. Oh yes, Akuma. Yes, it will be. Yes, it will be. It will be awesome on Steam Deck. So I'm excited for that. All right, let's X this out and hold on. I got one more thing to show. I saw this online. I don't know where are people getting this from? Like, is this official? I guess this is official. I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know because I'm not following this show right now. But apparently this is an official screenshot for Harry Potter. Brother, why is Draco surrounded by a bunch of fucking like Indian kids, bro? What is going on with this show? Is this real? Or is this not real? Bro, why? You know what's crazy? Like, I really feel like people are just looking more and more infantile as time goes on. Because if you look at these kids from, you know, however many years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever, 20 years ago, whatever it was, you look at these kids and you see how they just have like an older looking physique, even though they're obviously younger at the time. And then you look at these fucking kids now, like they literally look like TikTok fuckboys. Like what the fuck is going on, bro? Are we just like, are we losing out on testosterone or fucking like protein or something? Like what's going on here? Modern day London? I guess. I don't know, man. No, seriously though, is this real? Or is this like a bullshit image? I'm seeing people spread around images of what do you call it? Of the show, and it's just some of it's crazy stuff. You know? Testosterone levels have been dropping year by year. I mean, I guess so, because goddamn, man. I don't know, man. Just crazy shit. Anyway, regardless, yeah, I don't quite understand why there is just so many Indian kids or like brown kids. And that's coming from a brown person myself. So, although I'm not like the scam caller brown, I'm more like the get off the boat brown. Regardless, whatever it may be. Man, this fucking show, bro, I swear. What is this?
Expelliarmus, give me your shit, nigga.
Hey,
No. Oh, no. Yeah. No. Oh, well, that's obviously fake. Yo, I clicked it thinking it was something real. That is so great. Man, I gotta watch that again. Hold on.
Expelliarmus, give me your shit, nigga.
Oh man, and they put the HBO Max logo in the background too. Damn, bro. That is some top grade shit, man. The internet's undefeated. I swear to God, it's undefeated. It's so good. All right, let's X out of that. Let's talk about, hold on. Let's talk about the Last of Us game. So there was like an article or like I don't know. It's like a tweet. There was a tweet that was going around on social media right now where people are talking about the Last of Us multiplayer game. And a lot of the PlayStation like super fans are out there like crying about this shit. Basically, you know, I don't even know why, because I could have sworn that they announced this game was canceled ages ago. But apparently, I guess the PlayStation super fans must not know enough about their platform to realize that this shit was canceled ages ago. But hey, I mean, whatever. I guess we're refinding it out now. We have to refind it all out. So this tweet was going. It was a tweet that was going around on Twitter, and people were like losing their mind. They were like, "Why would you cancel the game?" Because supposedly according to this article, the Last of Us multiplayer video game that they had planned was apparently 80% complete before it was canceled. And supposedly they found out about the cancellation 24 hours before they were going to reveal the game. I feel like that's a pretty big, like, if you're going to make a story out of this, I feel like that's more important to talk about. The game was canceled 24 hours before it was going to be revealed to the world, which is wild to me. But in any case, let's have a conversation about this and see what's going on. So they were working on a standalone multiplayer game developed by Naughty Dog, and The Last of Us universe was apparently 80% complete when they decided to cancel the project in 2023. It began alongside the development of The Last of Us 2, as Naughty Dog was aiming to expand on the multiplayer mode featured in the original 2013 title, which was known as Factions, but then the project just never came to be. It was too ambitious for the studio. It was ultimately canned after nearly 7 years. But you know what's confusing to me about this is, like, how can you say it was too ambitious for the studio when they were supposedly 80% complete on it? You know what I mean? I understand that 20% is still pretty big, but 80% complete. So that means it probably would have took another 2 to 3 years to finish the game, considering you were working on the game for 7 years. 7 years, 80% complete. Crazy amount of money, hundreds of millions of dollars probably invested in this project, and you just canceled it all? You just throw it away? I don't know. It just seems odd to me. Sony is very interesting in the way they just cancel shit. And don't get me wrong, I don't give a fuck about a Last of Us multiplayer game, so I don't have any skin in the game. But I just don't understand why these studios continue. You know, you never really hear about projects getting canceled that much in Japan. Obviously, it does happen. I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't happen. But when's the last time you read an article about a video game that has a Japanese studio that decided to cancel the game randomly after it was 80% close to being finished? It almost never happens. Like, it's very rare. They see their projects through, or at least they're smart with their budgets, and they're smart with their time. If you're on this game for 7 fucking years, 80% through, hundreds of millions of dollars invested, and you just cancel it, why didn't you cancel it sooner? What the fuck is, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things you have to question. Why are we wasting so much money in this industry? I don't understand. Why do we continue every single day to waste so much fucking money in this industry? It's embarrassing. It really is. The Western gaming industry, with the amount of money that they waste, they could seriously fund an entire small country. I'm not even kidding. Think about all the fucking money that these studios have wasted throwing it away on these video games that never see the light of day. All these, it's billions of dollars at this point. It really is billions of dollars at this point. You can just go fund the fucking small country and be done with it. It's unbelievable, man. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Because Hypno without games, what would be our next hobby? Brother, I'm not even like, so here's the thing. We will have games from developers that don't waste fucking time and don't waste money. Now, obviously, that is few and far between, but still, like, we will have video games. My problem is that the Western gaming industry is filled with these teams that are very clearly mismanaged. Now, whether they're mismanaged from the top or they're mismanaged from the mid-level, whatever, like, I really feel like we are seeing so many of these teams mismanaged to the point where it's taking so many years to make video games that ultimately really should not take that long to make. When you're spending 10 plus years making a video game only to come out with it as Dragon Age the Veilguard, what the fuck were you doing the entire time? What were you doing the entire time? Like, are you insane? You know, like, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck were you doing? How do you spend 10 plus years and you end up with Dragon Age the Veilguard? How the fuck does that happen? You cancel, like, you know how it happens? I'll tell you. It's development hell. They canceled the project internally 2 times, and then the third time was going to be the what we ended up getting. And then after the third time, they then renamed it and decided to go in a different direction from a storage perspective. It's like, what were you doing? So I don't know, man. I think mismanagement's a really, really, really big problem in this industry, mainly the Western gaming industry. I really think it's a big problem, and we need to see less of it because this shit is ridiculous, man. If you have a game 7 years in, 80% of the way through, and you cancel it, tax write-off? Like, well, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. Let me scroll down. So, oh my god, look at this. We got zombies and shit, kid. Oh my god, man. That's amazing. So, factions became massively popular among the Last of Us community. Naughty Dog decided to build on the mode by creating a standalone multiplayer game set in the same universe, dubbed as The Last of Us Online. The highly anticipated title was a first announced in 2022 with Naughty Dog calling it extremely ambitious undertaking. The studio even expanded to ensure that it had the necessary resources to build a full-scale standalone multiplayer game with such a massive scope. So you confirmed that you had all the resources to do this, but apparently it was over ambitious. Like you found out that at 80% you were just too far in. Like it was over ambitious. So why would you say that you had the resources and the ability to do this game at full scale, and then when you cancel it, you were like, yeah, no, we didn't have the ability to do it, brother? What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't get it. The game's director has now said that it was 80% done at the time of its cancellation. Yeah, I don't get it. Argowal explains that a lot of it came down to funding and the COVID pandemic. During COVID, the games industry saw a huge growth because everyone was at home. So in 2020, money was flooding into the gaming industry because people were playing a lot more games all of a sudden because they're at home. What else are they going to do? Yeah, sure. So clearly all that extra money coming into the gaming industry was just because people were playing games more. Yeah, it totally wasn't the fact that in 2020 and 2021 saw the biggest rise in DEI funds by far, and the amount of government subsidization that was going into the gaming industry, the amount of money that was going into these studios, if they had even remotely a little bit of diversity in it. Yeah, no, it was just people playing more games. That's all. That's what was causing all that extra money to come into the gaming industry. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, to be fair, what a lot of it was too was the fact that studios were saving a lot of money. Studios were saving a ton of money, not having to pay for a corporate building that had to constantly keep the lights on, constantly provide lunch and food to these fucking grown-ass babies, constantly provide all these resources to their employees. Everybody was at home. So the amount of money these corporations were saving with everybody being at home and not having to pay all these bills to keep their corporate, sites open, I mean, that shit adds up, on top of the subsidization that was coming in from the government. And on top of the fact that, yes, people were playing more games, obviously. So there were certain video games, not all, but some video games did see a massive boom in profits because people were buying them up like left and right and center. So yeah, that makes sense. But regardless, I just don't understand how we could waste money like this continuously. And it hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped. It's still happening. The Western gaming industry is still wasting money at scale for like years now. And I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. But anyway, regardless, it is what it is. Just wanted to kind of cover that story because it's going viral right now. What do we got? We got Odin Dark with a 5. What do you, a werewolf that's a landlord, a warehouse? God damn it, Odin. Alucard with a 5. Remember when men in their 20s looked like they were in their mid-30s? Well, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, it kind of trickles down. I noticed that as time goes on and I'm watching, like, every once in a while, I'll watch a trailer for a TV show or a movie or anything like that. And these people that are supposed to be, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, like around that age range, they look like they're fucking 13, bro. And I'm just looking at them like, what is going on? Whatever happened to like having facial hair by the time you're a teenager, and then when you hit 20, like you have a full-on beard? Whatever happened to that? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm looking at shit like I don't get, why does everybody look like a fucking baby? I don't get it anymore. They don't take drugs. I don't know, man. Yamato, I have no idea. Anyway, I mean, we didn't take drugs either. We still have fucking beards, you know. Regardless, it is what it is. Hold on. So, all right, let's yo, Forgotten Vet with the membership. Thank you, Forgotten Vet. I appreciate that, man. Silent protagonist. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. That's because of K-pop properly? You think K-pop is the reason why everybody's looking younger? I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. I think it's the food that people eat now. Because I mean, listen, man, the food has evolved from shit to shit. It's like the food we were eating as kids was shit. Do you guys listen? Guys, let me see if you grew up poor, okay? Do you guys remember I forgot what they were called, but do you remember the drinks that they look like grenades? Do you remember the drinks that look like grenades? And they sold it to you with like a simple fucking aluminum foil top on it and shit. And they were like, 10 cents, 15 cents. Or I think by the time I maybe 50 cents or something like that by the time. Remember those drinks? Brother, that was literal shit. And they were amazing. Like now, as an adult, you realize it was fucking poison. All right. But like first we saw them. They look like grenades. We didn't realize we were actually drinking liquid grenades, right? It was fake. Yeah, it was the fakest fucking sugar drinks. I mean, they were awful. They were awful. And the thing is, like, they were loaded with so much shit. I think that was before. I don't even think they had labels on them. I don't even think labels were a thing back in that day. Did they have labels on them? Like, did they have, like, you know how you have labels on them now that tells you what's in them? I don't think they had labels on them. Yeah, they were 25 cents, right? They didn't have labels on it. So you're literally, you just look at it, you just drank it. You just drank it. Bro, my mother would buy me that shit, bro, all the time. The brand was on the foil. I don't remember seeing it on the foil. Let me see if I can find a picture. Juice drinks that look like a grenade. Let me see what pops up. Yes. This is, I don't know if this is, hold on. No, go back. I don't know if this is, I don't think this is the brand. I have no idea. This was it. Brother, look at this shit. Bro, these were death. These were fucking death. Okay, there were barrels. All right, whatever. I'm still going to call them grenade. I'm still going to call them grenades. I always viewed them as grenades. That's the one, Little Hugs. Oh, man, Little Hugs, bro. These fucking things, man. I don't know how we didn't die. Core memory unlocked. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Clearly they're grenades. Absolutely. These things were so bad, dude. So bad. You used to drink those? Yeah, I mean, we all did. I feel like if you grew up not wealthy, even if you did grow up with some money, like I feel like most kids drank these. You know, they still have them. Oh, that's terrible. Real grenades were healthier. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. That's fucking crazy, bro. We had, I had at least one of these a day. It's crazy, man. I mean, eventually you grow out of it, but still, like it's so yeah. So, man, this is a core memory. Yeah, absolutely. You remember drinking these? Yeah, I think everybody would. So these fucking things, bro, these were literal death. These were death in a grenade. You know, that was after a recess snack. Yeah. They were called Little Hugs. It says it on there. Little Hugs. Yeah. The blue and purple were my favorite. Yo, blue. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. Obviously, red is safe, right? I feel like most people like red. Only weirdos like yellow, just like pineapple pizza, right? But let me be honest with you. Blue, bro, when that shit was cold on a summer day, That blue, that shit hits different, bro. Sincerely. That shit hits so different. Cold blue grenade on a summer day was top tier shit. It was so good. The purple, I mean, I can understand people that like purple. Whatever. It's okay. I don't mind it. But the blue was good. The blue was absolutely good. 100%, bro. Well, I'm gonna go buy some now. Suddenly, Little Hug sees a rise in sales, and they try to determine where did it come from. Little did they know it came from some random fucking stream on YouTube. It's crazy, man. Unbelievable, bro. Yeah, those things were just top tier, man. Oh God, memory unlocked, bro. Memory unlocked. All right, let's move on. So, enough with The Last of Us. Let's talk about Mech Warriors. So, we haven't spoke about Piranha Games in a while. And the last time we spoke about them, I think it wasn't in a good situation either. And apparently things haven't gotten better. They haven't gotten better. All right. They are still working on Mech Warrior 5 DLC, but their long-term survival isn't looking too good. If you guys are fans of Mech Warrior, this is who this story is going to pertain to. So Mech Warrior Studio Piranha Games has officially laid off 30% of its employees. That's a lot of fucking people. So clearly things are not looking good. Russ Bullock, the CEO of Mech Warrior developer Piranha Games, has confirmed the studio has imposed layoffs, saying that roughly 30% of its employees have been let go. And they first came to light on LinkedIn, where multiple employees reported being let go. At least 2 of them said the layoffs came as part of a supposed economic restructuring at the company. While Piranha itself hasn't made any announcement about the layoffs, Bullock confirms the cuts in the post on X. He says not accurate. Bullock wrote in response to the claim that 60% of the studio had been let go. He says that it was 30% of the staff, which was a horrible day, no doubt, but we still do continue to work on DLC. So again, guys, if you're a fan of the Mech Warriors series, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for this studio. I see some of you guys talking in the chat about it, saying that it's a blast to play. Didn't it get invaded by DEI? I don't know. To be honest with you. I'm not like a super fan of the Mech Warrior series. I haven't even played some of the new ones, so I don't know if it's been, infected or whatever like that. But regardless, it ain't looking good. They told PC Gamer that 17 employees were let go in this round of layoffs, but said that Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries DLC that it announced in March is still slated for launch in May. We are working on another Mech Warrior product for release this fall. Tough week, but we can continue to adapt to the significant changes in our industry and continue to ship ever-improving products. No doubt is it more difficult each year to see very far down the road and what might be in store, but for now, we continue to develop and release products that we're proud of. The longer-term future of Mech Warrior, at least in its current iteration, seems less certain. However, I honestly don't know how long we'll be able to keep the ship sailing. Damn, it must be bad. It must be bad if they're saying that they don't know how long they're going to be able to keep the ship afloat. It ain't looking good, boys. It is not looking good for this series. Mech Warrior 5 Clans narrative director Chris Lowry wrote in another thread confirming the cuts. Yeah, it's not looking good, bro. Bohemia has confirmed DayZ 2. Did they just do that now? Or did they not? You never cared for the story, big mechs blowing stuff up. I mean, I'm sure. Listen, it's one of those games. It's kind of like for me, when I play Armored Core. Like I don't give a fuck about the story in Armored Core. No offense. I just have fun blowing shit up, fucking flying around, doing crazy moves and shit. That's what I care about with the Armored Core. But I know some people do, and that's fine. So anyway, not looking good for Mech Warrior. Unfortunate, but I would not be surprised if in the next year or so, especially if this new DLC they're working on does not pan out, we're probably going to see worse news come out about Piranha Games. They will probably end up closing down. Most likely. Story in Armored Core? Yeah, I know. Like, who the fuck? Listen, I'm sure there's some people that pay attention to Armored Core, lore and like little story tidbits here and there, but I do not pay attention to that at all. I just want to know what level am I playing, And what massive robot am I taking out? Like, that's all I care about. But yeah, anyway, so enough with the Mech Warrior stuff. Let me catch up on supers really quick. We got a Reaper with a 2 Vsauce video. People used to look older. Look it up. I will check that out. I appreciate the recommendation. Adair Soto with a 20. You can find those drinks at the gas station back when I used to drink them. When Halo 3 came out, the PS2 and the Xbox 360, good times. But it was poison. The more you drink, your throat feels like it's burning a little bit. Yo, those drinks were crazy. They really were. That's why I only had one a day when I was younger. Because that shit, yo, used to get wired on that, man. That it had so much sugar in it. I can only imagine what is in those drinks, bro. They had no labels on them. All we knew that it had bright colors. It looked cool, and it was easy to drink. 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? But now, as an adult, you look at that, you're like, is that death? Am I drinking death in a fucking grenade bottle? Like, what is in that? You know? So, not as wired as meth gets you. Well, obviously, Fractal. Fuck. Like, hey, yeah, I know you're talking about a kid's drink, but what about hard drugs? It's crazy. Winnie for Sweetie is pulling a Tiger King. He says, I despise hand grenade drinks. What the fuck is what everybody's saying? I despise. That is such a strong way to say you don't like something. You know, I despise looking at you. You know? It's a really, really strong way. Just be like, I hate. I dislike. No, these motherfuckers are like, I despise. Fucking Tiger King. Every time I talk about something, 9.5 out of 10 times is like, yeah, I despise that. Brother, relax. I could be talking about like one of my favorite video games. I'll be talking about Mass Effect. He'd be like, I despise Mass Effect. Okay, so let's talk about Dragon Age. I despise Dragon Age. Okay, so like, you want to talk about anime? I despise anime. Oh, okay. Do you at least like my show? I despise your show. I love Tiger King, man. Shout out to Tiger King, bro. I despise the word despise. Yo, holy shit. It's so good, man. I despise your despising of my despise. Oh, dude. Anyway, all right, let's continue. So, hey, let's talk about Final Fantasy 14 really quick. That's disinformation. I only despise bad things and everyone seems to glaze like Star Wars. Bro, no, that's such a lie. I despise your lies, okay? How about that? I despise your fucking lies right now. He's trying to say that he only hates bad things, brother. You hate everything, okay? We still love you. We still accept you here. Obviously, you hang out with us every day, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like you're selective in your display. You hate everything, bro. Everything. I appreciate you, man, though. You're fucking funny. Dare Salto with a 5. Even school pizza parties have that on display, giving them like candy back then, too. Bro, it's actually insane how much we gave those drinks away. It's crazy. Tiger King says that's crazy, dude. Oh, man. All right, let's talk about Final Fantasy 14. So, Final Fantasy 14, hey, I don't take that kindly. Alucard with a 2. I despise your cat ears. I don't like that, man. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, Final Fantasy 14. All right, first and foremost, there was a post. I don't know if it's real. All right. I mean, it obviously is real. It has a lodestone topic post or whatever. But supposedly the rumor right now is that Final Fantasy 14, the next expansion for Final Fantasy 14, is going to be presented on Friday, April 24th at 7 p.m. during the Anaheim Fan Festival. Now, I don't know if this is real or not, but I will say this. We are pretty much coming to the time where the next expansion is going to be announced. I mean, it lines up with the normal schedule. I'll say this. So you guys know how I feel about Final Fantasy 14, all right? I think I've made it pretty clear. Overall my feelings about the game and how it just has essentially completely fallen off, sadly. I genuinely believe, and this is me speaking strictly as a Final Fantasy 14 fan. Like, I was a big fan of the game. Not so much with this expansion. I have barely touched this expansion. Like, I max leveled, obviously, and I did some end game content, and I just fucking hate this expansion. So I completely checked out. Now, speaking from a player standpoint, this next expansion is like, it's make or break for me anyway, right? Like, I'm sure there's other people that'll keep playing the game no matter what, but this next expansion really, really is like the make or break for me. If they do not swing hard with this next expansion, like, I think I'm done. Like, I'm 99.9% positive that I'm done, and I'll give up the mansion. I'll let it go, whatever, because this game, like, I fucking love this game. I would play this game every day, and Dawn Trail just completely killed it for me. I fucking don't like it, and I kind of saw it coming too, because, Endwalker was the culmination. It was the end game, right? So it was like Avengers Endgame for Final Fantasy. It was the culmination of a 10+ year story that they were wrapping up with Zodiac and Hydaelyn, and it was a great story. Great wrap up, with the exception of the fucking ass pull that these Final Fantasy developers love to do, where every time they have a final, story, culmination, battle, whatever, between two entities that you've been following for 10 years, instead of it just ending at that, they got to be like, well, actually, we're going to introduce the real enemy that's been there the entire time, but you just never knew it. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Why do you guys do this all the time? Why did you have to pull a literal Necron from Final Fantasy IX? Like, why did you have to do that? Anyway, so, say the line, you despise Dawn Trail. I do despise Dawn Trail. Didn't their numbers drop like crazy? Yes. So, like, Final Fantasy 14 has been bleeding players since this expansion. This expansion, they lost a lot of people. So that's why I say, like, I think the next expansion is going to be the make or break for this game. And if they don't really, like, come out swinging with this next expansion and get this shit back on track, a lot of people are going to check out. They really are. A lot of people are going to check out. And I think people are just going to move on. That's really what it is. The problem is that I would normally say there isn't a competition, because there really isn't, right? Like what other games you got to play? World of Warcraft? Probably not. But what we are seeing is that a lot of people are actually going to Final Fantasy 11, as crazy as that sounds, to the point where Final Fantasy 11 is growing so much that they started adding more content to that game after they said they were done adding content to the game, which is crazy. So, yeah, exactly. They had to lock down 2 servers because they kept having so many people go play Final Fantasy 11. So, in all actuality, like, Final Fantasy 11 is benefiting from Final Fantasy 14's failure, which is so ironic. But in any case, if this next expansion does not hit, I think that people are going to continue to go to Final Fantasy 11. I really do. I think they will abandon Final Fantasy 14. They'll go back to Final Fantasy 11, because Final Fantasy 11 just offers you that much better of an experience. It really does. And if there's players playing the game, like, the problem I can see with a game like that is that it was heavily community focused, heavily group focused. So if they don't have a lot of players, then you don't really have a lot of people to play the game with. But they're not having a player problem. They're not having any issues with the amount of people that are in there, right? So I don't know. I think that obviously most players will probably just end up quitting in general, but I think Final Fantasy 11 is still going to get even more of a resurgence. Sanguine says, I think they should convert 11 and 14 to single player games so that non-MMO fans can try to enjoy it. I don't know if they'll do that. I really don't. I think that it's one of those situations where they're going to keep them running for as long as they possibly can, even if they make minimal money. I mean, look how long they kept Final Fantasy 11 running, and it really wasn't making that much money. especially when Final Fantasy 14 came out. But now apparently people are resubscribing to it, right? It's not free to play, right? Like they didn't turn Final Fantasy 11 free to play. It's still subscription based, right? If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I believe you still have to subscribe to be able to play Final Fantasy 11, right? So in a way, they're kind of keeping the money, just shifting over from one game to another, which is interesting. But regardless, anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I really hope that they turn this shit around. I know a lot of people are waiting with bated breath to see what they're going to do and how they're going to turn the ship around. If they don't turn the ship around, and if they just, I'm telling you, man, I think I'm done. I really do. Did Peeps beat Absolute Virtue legit? Yeah, that happened a long time ago. People, I think it took about 2-3 years for it to get killed legit, but they did do it. Can't you play Final Fantasy 14 without a sub for X amount of base expansions? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. What was the secret? What for Absolute Virtue? The secret to killing Absolute Virtue. See, the problem with Absolute Virtue is that the strategy was that you had to counter its 2-hour ability with somebody else's 2-hour ability in the raid, and you had like less than a fucking second to do it. That was the strategy. The problem is that strategy can't be pulled off, at least not back in the day, by American players who were lagging because they were playing on Japanese-only servers. So they had built-in lag that they had to deal with. There was no way they could react fast enough. That's how it was back in the day. I don't know if they changed it. I don't know if they changed the strategy, but you had to counter its 2-hour ability and cancel it with your own 2-hour ability. So if Absolute Virtue casted Mana Font, the Black Mage in your group had to cast Mana Font at the same time. Now it doesn't matter. You can overpower Absolute Virtue. You can Zerg it with high-level characters. None of it matters. But I'm talking like back in the day. That's what the strategy was. That's what they were alluding to with that video that they made. Yeah, that was it. See, the problem is that Absolute Virtue wasn't difficult. Absolute Virtue was only difficult because of the amount of damage that it could do and the amount of healing it could do. Right? So it took forever to get Absolute Virtue to a lower HP. And then once you finally got Absolute Virtue to, let's say, like 15% HP, which took forever, it would cast Benediction. And if you don't cancel out Benediction, it heals to 100%. And then they ended up adding a timer to the boss fight because they didn't want people raiding for multiple days in a row because of all the bad press that they got when Pandemonium took 18 hours to kill. There was news agencies running stories about how kids were vomiting, throwing up and shit from sleep deprivation because they stood awake for 18 to 20 some odd hours in a row trying to kill a boss. So Square Enix added timers to the boss. If you don't kill it after a certain amount of time, they despawn the boss. You know? So that's essentially what happened. Yeah, 18 hours. It took them 18 hours to kill Pandemonium. I remember that shit. It was crazy. I remember all the news videos and everything about it. So crazy shit. But I mean, anyway, regardless, so that's the issue. It was the Benediction. It was the healing to full, because then at that point, the boss despawns, and I mean, that's it. You know? So anyway, I really hope 18 hours is type shit. Yeah, I know. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. We're going to follow this story. Obviously, I will watch this. If this is real, I will definitely watch this April 24th. I will watch this and see what happens. God, it better be good. It better be fucking good, man. I swear to God. Anyway, out of curiosity, let me check something really quick. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. Absolute Virtue boss fight. Let me see. Ha! The first video says the hardest boss in video game history. Absolute Virtue. I kind of want to see that. Hold on. I love this music.
One of the most fundamental parts of any video game is its boss encounters. Acting as a manufactured obstacle that would test gamers, bosses have been used as an exclusive group. High notorious monsters such as Circuit would often need an alliance of battle-hardened maximum level players to take down, and due to the potential spoils and their infrequent spawning times, the right to fight against one would be hotly contested, with rival link shells camping around the spawn locations and competing to be the first to engage. An AMA on Reddit back in 2006, Akihiko Matsui and Yoji Fujito, who were the then producer and director of Final Fantasy XI respectively, shared that when creating Absolute Virtue, they wanted to create the ultimate endgame boss. They had gained an appreciation that there were people amongst the player base who wanted to form up in large groups and tackle challenges that weren't just run-of-the-mill. They wanted to really be challenged, in the realist sense. So the developers worked hard to offer them that challenge, something that could only be overcome when wearing the strongest gear, having methodical preparation, and a solid, ironclad strategy. It was an intriguing goal, and it was a goal that had been explored in many video games before. But within the realm of the MMO, balancing proved to be a very tricky concept when creating this type of encounter.
This boss
and this was something that players found out when they came face to face with Absolute Virtue for the first time. That in itself took a while though, as Absolute Virtue could only be found hidden deep within the expansion, behind layers upon layers of content that would need to be completed first, as well as punishing drop rates that prevented players from obtaining the necessary trigger items. The final piece of that ever-long puzzle was then obtaining the 4th, 5th, and 6th virtues from the Jailer of Justice, the Jailer of Hope, and the Jailer of Prudence. They could then be traded to a question mark within the L2 region to spawn the Jailer of Love, which at the time was believed to be the conclusion of that particular line of notorious monsters. And that line of thinking stayed for some time, as even though Absolute Virtue could spawn after defeating the Jailer of Love, its spawn rate was quite low, and as so few people even got that far, the first known occurrence of Absolute Virtue appearing was apparently around the 3rd of November of that year, some 7 months after it had been patched into the game. At that time, a link shell which was based on the Pandemonium server and called Ord of the Blue Garter was completely unprepared. And what ensued was nothing short of chaos. They still did manage to learn a lot, however, despite only managing to decrease Absolute Virtue's health by 3%. After the discovery of the boss, many other endgame link shells attempted to take down Absolute Virtue, but none of them could even make a dent. And it wouldn't be until March 2006, another 5 months later, and almost a year after it had been patched into the game.
Bro, you would see, you guys don't understand, like when people would fight Absolute Virtue, you would see melee swinging at Absolute Virtue, and they will do 0 to 1 damage with every swing. I'm not even kidding. You'll look at the combat log, it'll be like 0 damage, 1 damage, 0 damage, 1 damage. Bro, it's like, oh my god. And then when a black mage would magic burst on the boss, bro, it'll barely do anything. It's like this guy was fucking retarded. It made no sense. No sense.
That some semblance of viable strategy started to form. After fighting for about 2 hours, a link shell called
2 hours on one boss fight, and that's only 2 hours. 2 hours on one boss fight.
Limit Break noticed that Absolute Virtue seemed to run out of mana and stopped using its 2-hour abilities. They still could not deal much damage due to Absolute Virtue's insane auto-regen, but they also weren't at too much risk of being defeated either.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Absolute Virtues has auto-regen as well. So he had fucking regen on him. So you're barely doing any damage. And then when you do damage, it was regen off anyway because he had constant regen. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yo, this boss was beyond gay. People don't understand.
So they worked on a shift rotation system throughout the night to try and learn as much as they could about Absolute Virtue's attack pattern.
They were taking shifts. They were like, okay, look at us. This is the job now. They were literally taking shifts just to learn mechanics with the boss. You would have people come in, people go to sleep. People wake up, people come in, everybody else goes to sleep. This shit was insane. And this is why they put timers on the boss, because once Absolute Virtue got to a point where he would run out of mana, all he would do was melee attack. He really wouldn't do anything. It was literally like job shifts.
And how it interacted with the area in which it spawned. The following day, everyone reconvened to try a proper attempt, and they used everything they had learned to drop Absolute Virtue down to 88% health, then 60%, and then 51%. Everything seemed to be going incredibly well until Absolute Virtue landed what was described by a blogger called Toughless as the most famous benediction of all time.
I remember this. I remember this, bro. This was the biggest fuck you in MMORPG history because they all came together. They all came together and they were starting to win. They were like, yes, it's been days. It's been days. We're starting to win. It took forever. We finally got him low. And this motherfucker casted benediction and recovered 46,613 HP. Oh my God. I remember this screenshot. This screenshot was being shared on the Final Fantasy forums, and they were tagging the developers, and they were like, you guys made a broken, like, they were losing it. And for this goes hand in hand, by the way, with the conversations we have every day when people are like, oh, gaming was so positive back in the day. Nobody ever said anything negative. Brother, you were not around for this, okay? Because if you were around for this, oh my God, the amount of fucking hate that Square Enix got at the time when this happened, bro, imagine a whole bunch of sleepless nerds going on the forums after multiple days of taking shifts to try to figure out how to beat this boss, only for the boss to cast benediction when they finally get it low enough. Bro, they lost their shit. They lost it. Needless to say, they lost it. It was not
as
pretty.
Absolute
It was
Virtue
pretty ugly.
healed for 46,613 health. Not long after, a full wipe occurred, but Limit Break were undeterred and vowed to continue the fight. Each time, they were able to make some progress until Absolute Virtue used Benediction again to go back to full health, and this cycle repeated over the remainder of what ended up being a 30-hour gaming session.
30 hours! They were on this boss for 30 hours. 30.
Decided to call it a day due to how difficult the fight was. One of the Link Shell members even posted that they believed players were encountering the foe before the developers had provided the legitimate means through either new equipment that was strong enough or new gameplay mechanics in order to actually succeed. But even though they had managed to make solid progress, their tactics were also not without controversy, as rival Link Shells deemed them dishonorable, as they'd been able to manipulate the train using the so-called Wall of Justice to weaken Absolute Virtue, which they felt constituted cheating. A week later, another Link Shell tried the same strategy, and after GMs reportedly gave them the all clear to use the Wall of Justice method, live posting of the attempt ensued. And after they got it down to 51%, there started to become a real belief that victory was within reach.
Oh, by the way, just so you're aware, I don't know if you guys know this, okay? But this shit was such serious business back in the day with Absolute Virtue that players didn't even realize that this was happening until later down the line. But every single attempt against Absolute Virtue in the initial first, in the first days, every single attempt, the GMs were notified when Absolute Virtue was engaged, and they would be standing there watching the battle. They would legitimately be standing there watching the battle. So you would have GMs that, and they're invisible, by the way. So you can't see them unless they show themselves to you. But you would have GMs watching the battle go down with players versus Absolute Virtue, because they wanted the GMs were there to watch to make sure that they weren't cheating, which is why after they were, like the video said, the Link Shells were reaching out to the GMs because you could do a ticket. You could reach out to the GMs and ask them about a certain strategy, be like, hey, is this cheating or is it not cheating? So the GM said, no, you're all good. You can use that strategy. And that's what happened. Like, this was real serious fucking shit. It was crazy.
Minutes later, and Absolute Virtue had been defeated. But much to the ire of those who took part, there were apparently no rewards granted of any note. 3 weeks later, another Link Shell on Sylph managed to defeat Absolute Virtue using the same exploit, and then another on Titan and another on Midgard. But even though there were some drops this time, they were still relatively weak, and it led players to believe that not only was the fight hard as nails, but so too were its drop rates incredibly low. Square Enix responded in the most brutal of terms, warning players that anyone found using the Wall of Justice exploit to defeat Absolute Virtue would be banned from the game. And they also patched Absolute Virtue with a new draw-in move that rendered the strategy ineffective.
So the GMs were wrong, by the way. The GMs were wrong about saying that they could use that strategy. They were wrong. You couldn't use that strategy. And then they patched it afterwards. And then they gave them no rewards. Bro, this shit was fucked, bro. I'm telling you.
Further exploits were then identified, such as the Goblin Footprint.
Why am I watching this instead of Modern Audience Skyrim? Because I'm watching this because it's actually something that I personally care about. I don't give a fuck about the modern audience, and I don't give a fuck about Skyrim. No offense. And the more people ask me to watch that video, the less likely I'm going to watch that video. No offense.
Patches were issued again and again, and players were met with the same show of force, with bans threatened. It meant by the time the 2006 Vanifest rolled around, due to there being so many unsuccessful attempts to defeat Absolute Virtue through legitimate means, the development team decided to offer a ray of hope by providing a small hint. They revealed that Absolute Virtue's auto-regen could be halved by the swift defeat of the add-ons summoned by the Jailer of Love, and that the regen effect could then be completely removed by using elemental attacks that corresponded with the current day of the week, with the example given to use fire on Fire's Day. But even though this was an official response from the development...
Bro, the amount of strategies involved in this fucking battle were crazy. It really is crazy. Like, oh yeah, so if you use fire spells on fire days, that's how you can remove the auto regen effect. How the fuck were you supposed to know that? You know, it's crazy.
It didn't provide the tools players needed in order to succeed, and many felt it was either mistranslated or a misinterpretation. As such, as nobody was able to defeat Absolute Virtue by the time the 2007 Vanifest rolled around, the developers chose to address the topic once again during one of their development sessions. Here, they noted that Absolute Virtue had not been designed to be undefeatable, and that it was possible to win, assuming players had the right setup, the right gear, and the right strategy. However, due to there being, again, so many failed attempts, with nobody able to defeat it, despite it being live for over 2 years.
This is, I think, okay, so really quick, we'll end it here. This is the video that Square Enix posted to players to show them how to legitimately beat Absolute Virtue. I think this is it. I remember this Red Mage character here. I'm pretty sure.
Years, they committed to producing a video showing them defeating the boss using the correct strategy. That video arrived on the 13th of February 2008 and had since become infamous. The video did indeed show the development team defeating Absolute Virtue, and via subtly hinting at certain sequences that players might want to pay attention to, it revealed one of the key steps to defeating the monumental foe, but it also showed a serious problem with the fight itself. For the solution to work, players would need impeccable timing, and it was quickly established that such timing wasn't anywhere near as forgiving within the live server environment due to lag.
Exactly.
And the primary reason the development team were able to succeed, outside of them being the ones who actually developed the boss and knew its weaknesses,
it's because they're not fucking lagging. It's because the Japanese developers were playing on Japanese servers with no fucking lag. And American players couldn't do it. It was impossible. We were playing on Japanese servers with built-in fucking lag. It was literally, and this was before the days of super high-speed internet. So, you know, it's just we didn't have the ability to do it.
Was due to their lag being almost non-existent owing to their physical proximity to the data center. It was also speculated that the video took so long to release due to the difficulty of the fight. Questions were also raised about the party's setup, as it wasn't consistent with messaging that had also been communicated by Mitsutoshi Kondai, who was then a planner working on the game. A few months later, at the Premiere Site Summit 2008, Sage Sundi, who was the global online producer and lead game master of Final Fantasy XI, shared that it had actually taken the development team 18 hours and numerous attempts to even beat the fight.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I did not know that. It took the developers 18 hours and multiple attempts, bro. And they're the ones who made it. That's actually fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Anyway, so that is Final Fantasy XI in a nutshell. Like the memory the memory unlock there is fantastic. But yes, Absolute Virtue was a pain in the fucking ass. So such a great time, man. It's obviously a lot easier now. It's not as difficult as it was back in the day, but you know, but here's the thing. It's stuff like that that builds a community and really brings people in and creates those memories and creates those experiences. As crazy as they were, 18 hours on one boss, 30 hours on another boss, fucking taking shifts, going to sleep, waking up, clocking in, fighting the boss, like crazy stuff. But that's the kind of stuff that really builds community. That's the kind of stuff that really builds experiences. And unfortunately, Final Fantasy 14 really doesn't have that anymore. If it ever did, I really don't feel like it ever did. It's just completely different, you know, compared to what we just saw in this video. So I think that's what's missing from modern day MMOs. But unfortunately, you know, I don't really think anything's going to come from that. So, all right, let's X out of that. We're going to talk. Well, let's catch up on supers first. We got Alucard saying, I despise your cat ears. And then he said for it too, just kidding, I love your cat ears. No homo. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. In terms of Rumble, I don't know if anything's on Rumble. Let me see. Yes, we got Zelosi. Did I read yours? Let me see. Zelosi with the $1. I'm with you on that. Unless we see a turnaround with this upcoming expansion, I'm done. Also to hell with Meteon and Hermes. Yeah, Meteon was weird, man. Meteon, I don't know why they I really don't know why they went that route with the story. It was kind of fucking stupid. Sangman says, I don't mind hard fights, but expecting people to use specific strategy is stupid. Use fire on Friday, use water on Wednesday type shit. I don't think it's stupid. I like bosses that have those level of secrets. But the problem is that those were just small little tidbits of what really mattered with that particular boss. And what really mattered with that boss is perfect timing, which you can't do if you are inherently lagging, causing imperfect timing. Like if you literally can't beat a boss because the only servers that are available to play on are Japanese servers, and if you're obviously not close to the data center, so your ping is going to be way higher. That's not a what do you call that? That's not a strategy. Like that's not something that you have control over. You know, it's not a skill thing. It's not a skill problem. You know, you had to counter every move that Absolute Virtue did immediately with your own move. If it casts the Benediction, you have to cast Benediction immediately. If you don't, it's going to heal up, and that's it. You're cooked. If it casts Mana Font, you got to cast Mana Font. How are you going to do that with a fucking 4-second built-in lag? It was really bad back in the day. Maybe now it's not bad because of high-speed internet, and now they have North American servers. If I'm not mistaken, Final Fantasy 11 has North American servers now. But still, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's why with Final Fantasy 14, I don't know if you guys noticed, they have data centers everywhere. They tell you to pick your data center, and then from there you pick your server. So that's why they did that. But in Final Fantasy 11, you didn't have that option back then. But thank you, Zelosi. Appreciate the $1, bro. Gray the Merchant says, shout out to Final Fantasy Union. The Lore Master just got Breath of Fire 4 on Steam for $5. Shit, a great Thursday overall. Just waiting for the Square Enix sale on Steam to pick Final Fantasy 9. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Imagine playing MMOs with dial-up. I mean, I had broadband, I believe, at the time. So, okay, we're caught up. All right, let's get into the Steam story. Let's talk about the Steam story. We are so far behind, but that's okay. I had fun talking about that. So there's an article going around right now that was being shared on social media, and it caught my attention because it's something we talk about a lot regarding Steam. And that is the reason why Steam was or is as successful as it is, right? Like, why do people continue to choose Steam over, let's say, something like Epic Games or something like GOG or whatever the case would be? More so Epic Games, because GOG does offer something special that, you know, to its own accord, which is DRM removal, obviously. But anyway, Steam is successful, and I've said this many times, because Steam goes well beyond just being a digital retail store. If you are somebody that looks at Steam as just a digital retail store, then you're either new to PC gaming, You probably don't care about all the resources that are available to you on Steam, or you just have a fundamental misunderstanding of what Steam actually is. Steam is well beyond just being a retail store, a digital retail store. And this is why companies that have decided to try to compete against Steam, they can't, because they're so busy trying to be just a store, whereas Steam is well beyond that point, right? So we have an article here that says an architect of GameStop's long forgotten Steam competitor explains why he thinks Valve came out on top. And he said what Steam did better than anybody else was to create a community. And this right here is, you guys know, I say this all the time in my streams and in my videos, literally all the time. Steam creates or has created a community. It is well past the point of being just a store. If it wanted to be just a store, it wouldn't have all the features available that it currently has right now. Steam is not perfect, obviously. Steam makes a lot of mistakes, especially lately. But ultimately, compared to all the other available, stores out there, it's not even close. It really is not even close. And this is why I get so angry at Epic Games and Tim Sweeney and his refusal for the last 8 years. Again, it wasn't that he couldn't, is that he chose not to. There's a difference, right? If you can't compete with Steam because, let's say, you don't have the funding or whatever the case would be, or the know-how or the skill, that's something different. But Tim Sweeney chose not to compete with Steam. He specifically said that all those features that are on Steam are pointless and he doesn't want them on his platform, that he's focused more on giving people and developers a better deal and all that stuff, and giving people the free games and all that shit, that he doesn't see the value in adding those features, which, by the way, we are now 8 to 9 years later. And guess what Epic Games is doing? They are now supposedly reworking their entire store to add community features that are similar to Steam. Maybe not all of them, but similar. But regardless, this is something that he should have did fucking years ago when he had the money. Because guess what? Now, Sweeney boy, you don't have the fucking money, my guy. You don't have the money. You just fired 1,000 plus people. You clearly don't have the money. Fortnite is getting wrecked right now, where gaming analysts are looking at Fortnite and they're saying that it's losing its cultural impact, that people just don't care about it as much as they did before. Does it still make a lot of money? Of course. But it's slowly but surely kind of just fading off into the wind. So you should have did this way back before. Doing it now, I mean, great for you, but it's a little bit too late. Anyway, so I want to read this because, again, this is something that I say all the time when I try to explain to people that always ask me this question. They say, why do you choose Steam? Why do you choose to play on Steam? Why do you choose to make Steam your main platform, whatever? And I tell them it's because Steam is mainly just a community. And by using the word community, people automatically think to themselves, well, what do you mean community? Like you just talk to people? No. What I'm saying is that Steam has so many resources, community resources, that are available to you for every single video game that you purchase on the platform. It's not even close. Every one video game that you purchase on the platform, it comes with forums for the game. It comes with places for you to share your screenshots so other people can share screenshots and you can see screenshots from the game. So if you want to see what the game looks like or learn more about the game, you can. There's places for you to share videos. So if you want to look at videos for the game, you can check out videos on the platform directly itself. So you got screenshots, you got videos, you got a written review system, not a star-based review system. So you can actually see what people are saying about the game instead of just having to guess whether or not people are happy or not happy with the game. What happens if the game is 3 out of 5 and it's an average score? How do you know it's more positive or more negative? You have no idea. You can't read shit. But on Steam, you can actually read the what people are saying. So it's really, really important stuff. It really is. And on top of that, too, you have other avenues to mess around with it as a platform and community. You have curator pages, which allows you to kind of follow another curator who recommends games, doesn't recommend games. If you want to follow someone specifically and see whether or not they recommend a game or not, you could do that. You could also decide to go one step further and interact with the card system if you want, like your favorite video game, you want to get the badge, the level 5 badge, level up your Steam profile. You actually have a level up system. It's the most ridiculous thing, but you have a level up system where they tied extra friends list slots to the level up system. So every level you get another 5 friend slots to your friends list. You know, it's just all of it together is just it's ridiculous. I haven't even touched on the modding capabilities, like the internal modding capabilities that you have with Steam, with the workshop, the Steam store, the sales. It's just, there's so much involved that it really does provide like that next level feeling of value. And I think that's what it's about. It's the feeling of value. It's like, what are you getting for your money? And then when you look at what you're getting for your money, you have to remind yourself that you're not even spending the most money. You're actually spending the least amount of money. So you're getting all these features. You're getting all this extra shit. And you're not even spending more money for it. You're actually spending less because Steam, on average, 95% of the time, has the best deals for whatever game you're looking for at the time. You know, it's so funny. I just saw a picture earlier today, and I'm gonna bring it up so that you guys can really like get the point about this. But I want to show you exactly what I mean about, you know, you kind of the value, right? The value you could get. Look at this picture. This was shared online earlier today. All right. And then we'll go back to this article. This was shared online earlier today. Look at the left and look at the right. So for 120, you could get The Last of Us Complete Edition. For 115, you could go on Steam right now and get Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, OG, 4, 5, 6, OG, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 4, Remake, Resident Evil Biohazard, 7, Resident Evil Village, and even Resident Evil Requiem, the brand new game, all for 115 fucking dollars or whatever, euro, 115. Whereas if you go to PlayStation and you want to buy the brand new Last of Us Complete Edition, whatever the fuck that is, that's going to be $120. You know? So this is what I mean or what other people mean, where you have this ability to spend this level of money and get this level of product, right? Now, are some of these games available on sale on other platforms? Of course. Of course they are. But my point is that, and this is just a very bland way of saying what is ultimately trying to be said, which is if you go on Steam, everybody knows that Steam has all of the discounts, like whatever, sales, usually the best sales you're ever going to get. The Last of Us, this is just a brand new edition. It's a physical edition, so there's value there. To be fair, there's value in being able to physically collect something, so that's nice. But ultimately, at the end of the day, when looking at the value perspective, it's not even close. I don't think that people truly understand how big of a difference it really is. But you're going to have people that are going to say, well, I don't care about that. I just want to buy the games. I don't care about the forums. I don't care about the reviews. I don't care about any of that. But here's the thing. Most people usually don't care about that stuff until they have it. And then when they have it, they realize the value of it. And they're like, oh, this is actually kind of nice. You know, I'm sure that PlayStation users would actually be happy if they had some more community features. Like everybody knows that PlayStation has the group chat feature, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. But maybe it would be nice to hear what some people are saying with their reviews, right? It would help to know what people are saying when the reviews are right down the middle. If you have a game that's 3 out of 5 stars, 2.5 out of 5 stars, it would be good to know that. Not only that, user-generated content is massive for Steam, where you have people making guides, achievement guides, overall just, how to fix certain issues, bug fixes, whatever, mod recommendation. I mean, it's just the list goes on and on. And again, I want to reiterate, Steam is not perfect in the slightest, but the value proposition is just not even close. So it's nice to see somebody realize what I've been trying to say when it comes to Steam, that It's not just about buying the fucking game on the store, because anybody could do that. Anybody can make a digital retailer and just sell a video game on a store. Anybody could do that, right? Anybody can have a friends list. Okay, whatever. Epic Games didn't even allow you the ability to gift a game until just a couple of months ago. It took 8 years for them to allow you to gift a video game on their store. And they're supposedly just trying to be a store. If you're just trying to be a store, why wouldn't you put something that's so inherently important to a store these days until 8 years later? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so let's read what this guy had to say. So Larry Cooperman made his mark on the industry as the part of the team at Night Dive, the game's preservation and remaster specialist. But before that, he was on the front line of the digital distribution wars from the early 2000s to 2023. He helped build the online storefront Impulse, which was later acquired and ultimately shuttered by GameStop. Valve's unlikely victory came against titans like EA and Microsoft has always fascinated me, and I asked Cooperman for his take on Steam's ultimate victory when we spoke at this year's GDC. I don't understand why that would fascinate you. I feel like the answer is pretty fucking obvious. Like, why would you be shocked that Steam destroyed EA and Microsoft? Why would you be shocked? What did EA and Microsoft do with their storefronts to make Steam get felted? What did they do? Nothing. What the fuck did Origin do? Do you guys remember how terrible Origin was? Origin was a fucking awful launcher. It really was an awful launcher. Nobody liked using Origin. And even EA knew that. And they tried their very best to do what Epic Games did in the same manner, like be all exclusive and shit. Nobody liked Origin. It was a terrible fucking launcher, ran like shit, crashed often. Nobody liked it. And they didn't do anything. Yeah, exactly. Other than change their name. They didn't do anything. They gave you a friends list and that was it. Origin was trash, man. Same thing with Microsoft. What the fuck did Microsoft do with their own storefront? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The idea was coming up to all of us, said Cooperman. Let's also remember that Steam really began as a visual way of finding your Counter-Strike. Yes, and I've said that many times. Like Steam's origins, because I was there for them, so I know. Steam's origin wasn't to be a digital retailer. Steam was initially meant to be a way for you to update Valve video games easier, and also on top of that, allow you to download updates and stuff like that, and have a way to like fill out tickets and stuff, any bug problems. Like it was meant to just be a service for Valve video games. That's really what it was for. And then eventually, you know, I forgot what the first game was, but they initially were approached for to sell a couple of third-party video games, and they said yes. They worked out a contract, and then they sold them, and then they realized, oh, we can make money from this, and then that was it. That was it. And then but see, here's the thing: with all that money Steam got, instead of just being complacent, they kept improving their platform. They kept building their platform. They kept building their community and building options for the players they wanted to utilize their platform. They kept giving people a reason to keep logging on Steam every day. That's the big difference, right? They had people start looking at Steam not as a digital store, but as a platform to utilize, right? Nobody looks at Epic Games as a platform to utilize. Everybody looks at Epic Games as a way to launch Fortnite. That's it. Nobody looks at Epic Games for anything other than, hey, what's the free game for the week? Oh, okay. Let me download that. All right, let me go back to Steam. That's it. That's literally it. But people log on Steam every day as a platform where they go, they search up video games, they look at trailers, screenshots, they look at forum posts, they read reviews, they look all that shit. It's a super big difference, right? Not only that, I mean, Steam is literally working on a brand new store page, apparently. From what I understand, Steam is working on a brand new store page. It's currently available in the beta client. I haven't had a chance to look at it right now, but apparently people think it's pretty good. So, I mean, even till today, they're still updating their shit, which is insane. But anyway, so Steam had a number of early rivals in digital distribution. Cooperman shouted out Paradox's Gamergate. Don't say it, but he thinks Steam was quicker on the draw to sell other companies' games on its own platform. The idea of selling games and then selling third-party games didn't seem intuitive at the time. You're a game company. Why are you selling other people's games? That was a hard thing to understand. But Gabe really had great vision coming out of Microsoft. Another advantage, according to Cooperman, was Steam's stickiness and embracing of social elements. He noted that Steam and Impulse both let you re-download your game without restrictions, something that wasn't always guaranteed. I still have Games Planet receipt from 2008 that would only let me re-download Fallout 1 and 2 through the service 6 times a piece. Crazy, bro. But Steam also had friends lists, messaging, playtime stats, and those little pop-up notifications about what your buddies were playing. What Steam did better than anybody else was create a community. They established a stickiness to it that people came back because it was Steam. There's one more decision by Valve that Cooperman cited as key to Steam's victory. It's relatively low barrier to entry. There were so many great games in the 2000s, it's easy to forget all the small to mid-sized studios that shuttered during that era, particularly PC specialists who couldn't make the jump to consoles. Shareware is dead. Digital distribution is yet to be born. Now is the time of monsters. Listen, I think that all the time people just seem to forget that Steam really is the place that people want to be, and it's because they make it a place that people want to be. If you want to take advantage of having more people use your platform, then you need to make it into a platform. If you're just a digital retail store, then you're not a platform. You're a place for people to buy video games at. And why would somebody want to pay the same money when they could pay either the same or less on Steam and get all of those features on top of it? Why would you want to do that? The only store right now that is offering something special in comparison to Steam, and I hope they continue and they develop their platform, is GOG. They're the only ones. GOG is offering something special. They're offering DRM-free purchases where you buy your game and, well, you own it, right? It's a great idea when it comes to PC gaming. It's something that's a little bit foreign to PC gaming. So that's cool, and that's something that's different, and that's something that I would love to see expanded on. I would love to see them turn their own platform into something where they can start building their own community. I think that's great. I don't want Steam to be the only fucking platform. I keep yelling at Epic Games because they are the ones that had the money and the resources to be able to turn this into something that could compete with Steam. And they just decided to say, no, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And now look at you, you know? But GOG, at least GOG has that initial allure where it's like, okay, well, we offer DRM-free video games. You buy your game, you own it. That's a huge selling point. That's actually a really huge selling point, and it speaks volumes. So all they have to do is now build their platform to make it not only into a platform, but make it something that people want to utilize every day. Outside of just like, well, I'll go buy it on GOG because it's DRM-free and that's it. You know what I mean? If they could build on that, I think they'll have something really special there. And we'll have a nice alternative to Steam that offers something a little bit different. And that's great. That's what we need. That's what we always need. So anyway, I mean, I checked out this article and I read a little bit in the beginning, but I'm glad to hear these sentiments echoed by somebody who is, pretty well known in the industry. And this really all it is. Like it is a super simple idea of just respect the people's time, give them what they want, give them reasons to use your platform. Become a platform. How about that? It's a really simple idea. And unfortunately, it seems like it doesn't really matter how much money you have. There are a lot of people that are so stupid they don't understand the core concept of, hey, if you want gamers to hang out with you and utilize your store, give them a reason to hang out with you. It's basically it. Give them a platform. You give them a platform, they'll use it. As long as it's valuable to them. But if you're out here saying, yeah, I don't really care about making it a value for the Tim Sweeney is the dumbest, I swear, man. I swear. I don't know why, but he's just truly the dumbest motherfucker, man. He completely threw away a massive opportunity to really compete with Steam. And then all he does is cope and seethe about how Steam is doing this, Steam's doing that. Everybody loves Steam. I don't understand why. It's like, you're so stupid. It really is. Anyway, so that's basically it for the Steam story. Just wanted to cover that really quick. Demon Carol with a 5. Yeah, no, dial-up on RuneScape was brutal. I used to pay with someone that as a prank would get his mother to call mine to get me disconnected. Oh, that's fucked up. I remember those days where you would get a phone call and you would get disconnected from the internet. Oh, it's so bad. Damn, core memory unlocked, man. Core memory unlocked. Oh shit. Let me see. Rumble. Do we got anything? Let me check Rumble. I don't think so. No, we're good. Gray the Merchant was the last one. Okay. Let me see. Tenebrae says if suits don't understand why people love Steam, ask people then, not presume and sue Steam. Yeah, well, you know, they're not exactly very smart. All right. We're gonna skip the David Jaffe story. We'll do that one tomorrow. Because I can't be late. I got a lot that I have to do, guys. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make the gaming stream live. We are gonna be playing Crimson Desert. We are fighting the boss from the beginning of the game. We finally got up to him, man. It's an epic conclusion. He is a guy that turns into a flaming fucking bear. Crazy shit. If you guys want to see that stream, please come hang out with us tonight. I just made it public right now, and I'm going to post the link in the chat. Game stream is here. Right there. If you guys want to hang out, I greatly appreciate it. We're going to do the waifu battle right now and close out the rest of the stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Oh, Adair Soto, you got to, yeah, remind me. Yeah, what did you want to see? Let's watch Adair Soto's trailer. This is the one time I'm doing this. Only because Adair Soto's been around for such a long time. What's the trailer? What's the trailer you wanted to see? Star Wars Force Unleashed 2 specifically, right? Star Wars Force, the Force Unleashed 2 trailer. There's an E3 trailer. Okay, yeah. All right, we could watch this, and I could set up the game stream in the meantime. So we could do that. That's fine. This is for Adair Soto's birthday. Happy birthday, my good man. $100 Red Boy. I mean, I wouldn't mind watching this too. This game was awesome. I'm going to have to suplex you.
You have served your purpose well, my apprentice. But I have no further use for you. Kill him.
Yo, where's Tiger King? I despise this trailer.
What happened? Where is he?
The sound effect was so good.
Betrayed by Vader for the last time. A new journey begins with something worth fighting for. Someone worth dying for.
Okay.
And I will not stop. I will not rest. Vader can't stop me now.
Look at the difference in fucking trailers, man. From back in the day to now, I swear to God. Hell yeah, dude. That was so fucking sick, man. So sick.
Vader can't stop me now. Nothing can.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely peak. This is absolutely fucking peak. That was so fucking crazy, bro. Hey, shout out to Adair Soto. That was awesome, man. Memory lane, man. Memory lane for your birthday, brother. Fucking good recommendation, man. That was awesome. All right, boys. Are we ready to do this? Are we ready to do this? Let's go. All right, boys. Waifu battle is here. If you guys missed the last waifu battle, it wasn't pretty. I'll just say that it was not pretty. There was quite a feltoning, and honestly, I didn't think it was going to be like that. To be real with you, I thought Android 18 was going to be able to put up at least somewhat of a fight, but didn't quite work out that way. So what ended up happening was, well, Samus still is the waifu battle champion and looks pretty good with the belt, gotta say. We got Fake Alyssa with a 2. Said, did you play the Will Crimson Desert mod? It's free. I did not. I don't mod my games. I do not mod my games. I keep telling people that. Nobody listens. All right, boys, let's go over the rules, and then we're going to get into the challenger. Rule number 1. All super chats during the waifu battle cannon will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way that it's going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You got to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It doesn't matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact that you put the name of the waifu, you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Samus. You can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen is going to be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? Bro, I don't know why, Alucard. First off, thank you for the 5. I don't know why, but I thought I read this as you voting for Kathleen Kennedy. And I gotta be real with you, I was gonna ban you for 10 seconds. I'm sorry. Don't yell at me. You picked a really, really bad time to put a woman's name at the beginning of your super chat, and that woman being Kathleen Kennedy. I just really thought you were. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I was about to ban you. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, Kathleen Kennedy couldn't even come close to. Yeah, that's true. Couldn't even come close to anything like that trailer. I know. It's so sad. Whenever you see old trailers like that, it just pisses you off because it reminds you of what's happening now. And like you don't want to deal with that shit. All right, boys. Are we ready for this, man? Today's challenger, oh boy. Oh boy, she's a good one. She's a good one. She is somebody who is old school. I think you will enjoy it very, very much. She is somebody who did surprisingly well last time she was on the waifu battle. And I figured let's bring her out. Let's see if she could do anything, man. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. The challenger that's going to go up against Samus is going to be none other than the one and the only Elvira. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Samus or is it going to be Elvira? The names are on the bottom. Don't be shocked that Elvira ends up getting a lot more votes than you realize, because we got a lot of old school people here that will probably end up voting for her. Don't be shocked. You Samus fans, I would not let your guard down if I were you. We got War Wizard with a 499. Says Elvira, sorry, I was adding Star Wars 1 and 2 to my Steam wish list. Why were the rules again? Oh, right. Fuck the rules. But at least you follow the rules this time. You follow the rules. Is that Elvira? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, motherfuckers. Just the Ford with a 1999 says to split it. That's fair. That's fair. I think they're both great. So that's fair. I appreciate that. Forgotten Vet with the $20 banger as well for Elvira. In all caps, by the way. So this man is goon in. Goon in. Shout out to Forgotten Vet. Thank you for the 20. I appreciate that, man. That's a strong vote for Elvira. We got Deadeye's Lock with a 2 on Rumble for Samus. Not surprised. Not surprised. We got Raza for a 10 for Elvira. Goth Love, also not surprised whatsoever. Thank you for the 10. Crash Collins with a 2 for Elvira. That's surprising. Nice vote. Nice vote. I appreciate that. We got Alucard with a 2. Elvira, my monster wants to mash. Fair. Fair. Appreciate that. And then we got Chai T with a 2. Elvira, my heart's on fire for Elvira. I'm telling you guys, man, you Samus fans out there, it's not going to be a super easy win. It's not going to be a super easy win, man. Elvira has a lot of love here. I would be watching yourselves if I were you. We got Melodic Method with a $20 banger for Elvira. Look at that, man. Hot as goth. Telling you, man. Telling you, man. Crazy shit. You Samus fans, you guys think you have it all. Y2K Cowboy with a 5. You can't Elvira out of season. It doesn't count. Oh, yes, it does. Never mind. He fixed it. Y2K Cowboy with a 2 says Elvira. All right, he fixed it. It counts. It counts. It counts. Nice save. Nice one. Nice one. Man, we got a Feltoning going on right now, boys. We got a Feltoning going on right now. Panthera with a 5. Elvira, my mistress of the dark, step on me, please. Damn, Panthera is all out there. He said, fuck this shit. I'm not even going to hide it. Not even going to hide it. It's crazy. I respect it, though. I respect it. He fixed it? Yes, I know he fixed it. I said he fixed I said he fixed it. I know that. Waifu battle is goth versus blonde. Oh boy. Pretty much. Pretty much. And right now, blonde is getting fucking wrecked right now. It's not even close. But hey, it's still early. Anybody's game right now. It's still early. Elvira's coming off screen. War Wizard for another 489 says, Elvira, we had a relationship when I was in school. She didn't know about it, but it definitely happened. Holy shit. That was funny. All right, boys. It's time to bring out the waifu battle champion, who is none other than Samus. She is not going to go down without a fight. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Samus or is it going to be Elvira? Let me know. It is not looking good for Samus right now. It is not looking good, boys. But anything can go down. You never know. You never know. We got Alucard with a 2 for Elvira. I bought that movie for a reason. Makes sense. Denarier with a 2 for Elvira. I'm getting old, so I'm heading to bed early. Have a good gaming stream. Hey, Dead Arrive, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I know it has nothing to do with getting old. It has everything to do with you wanted to do some well, you know what you like to do, okay? You know what you like to do. I'm not gonna put it out there. But you know. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hypnotic with a 5 over on Rumble for Samus. Did you get her out of banned territory? Did you get her out of banned territory? I think he did. I think he did. Alucard with another 2. Yo, Alucard is bricked. Did I go drowning? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? Alucard is bricked for Elvira. Bricked. Then we got Mystic Vegeta with a 2. Samus, screw that TDS witch. Damn. Listen, you're allowed to have TDS if the TDs are big. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You could have TDS, but the TDs have to be sizable to make up for it. That's the rules. You know? That's the rules. I think she passes that rule. Bruh, bad joke. I'm not allowed to have a dad joke, really? All the fucking dad jokes you guys fucking throw at me every single day, and I give you one, and you're like, bruh. Come on, man. How is that fair? Deadeye's Lock with a 2 for Samus. Deadeye's Lock's trying to hold it down, man. Deadeye's Lock and Hypnotic are trying to hold it down for Samus, but man, this ain't looking good, boys. You Samus fans, I don't know what you could do, man. You gotta recruit somebody. Look at this, man. Holy shit, Zevin Cross. We got a lot of orange boys today. Zevin Cross with a $20 banger for Elvira. Give me 90s goth. Well, I don't remember if she started in the 90s, but I remember watching her show back in the day. Bro, this is crazy, man. Zevin Cross out here felting. Like, everybody's out here. Elvira is loved. I kept trying to tell you guys. Nobody want to listen. Real GDR with a 5 says, Fearin is my waifu. It's funny. I was offered to write for Elvira's show. Brings back great memories watching her behind the scenes. Well, there you go. You should have voted for her then. You should have voted for her then, GDR. God damn it. All right, boys. Here we go. The song is winding down. Samus is about to come off the screen. I think Samus is out of banned territory. I'm pretty sure she is. So at least we don't have to worry about that. Radoka with a 2 says Samus make her felting less embarrassing. It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. But thank you for trying. John D with a 10 Samus security vote saved from the gulag. She's pretty good right now. She's pretty good. Ron with a 2 Samus 6:30 is my favorite time of day. Hands down. Appreciate that. And then Y2K Cowboy with a 10 on Rumble for Elvira. Don't bring her up again until fall because I'm poor. Well, she keeps winning. I don't know what to tell you. Monkey Man with a 5. Why did cowboys hang lanterns on their saddles at night? So they could use satellite. Oh my God, navigation. Man, we're getting to the final countdown. Stop lagging. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Stop lagging. Stop lagging. Stop lagging. Stop lagging. Stop lagging. Stop lagging. And that is it.
Waifu Battle Belt is mine!
Holy shit.
Oh my God. Last super chats that count. Forgotten Vet with a 2 for Elvira, that hot red head that broke 80s boys. Appreciate that, Forgotten Vet. And then Deidre Connick with a 10 on Rumble for Samus. Thank you, Deidre Connick. I appreciate that, brother. All right. Mods, let's count it up. Let's count it up. Feed the ducks in the meantime. But I think it's safe to say that Elvira definitely has this at this point. She definitely has this at this point. Pretty safe to say that. Damn, boys, what happened? What happened? Crazy, man. It's all good. Samus had her time. She had her time, boys. Things happen. What can I say? I didn't think it was going to be like that, though. Like, I knew... Am I gaming after this? Yeah. The gaming stream is up already, Tiger King. The gaming stream is up. I knew that Elvira was loved, but, I mean, fucking hell. Like, you guys did to Samus tonight what Samus did to Android 18 last night. What? I mean, what a feltoning. Holy shit. I mean, there it is, I guess. Yeah, she got revenge on Android 8. Yeah, she did. She did technically get revenge on Android 18. She did. Crazy shit, boys. But you know what? It's okay. People really like Elvira. We got a lot of old school viewers here. You didn't want another damn blonde? That's respectable. I mean, Elvira is the literal opposite of anything blonde. So if you don't want another blonde, you definitely voted for the right person, for sure. For sure. All right, the numbers are in. Here we go, boys. The numbers are in. We got, Elvira at $125.97 against Samus at $44.99. At least Samus is not banned. So that's a plus. That's a plus. Which means the winner and the new waifu battle champion is none other than the one and the only Elvira. Ladies and gentlemen. Damn, man. No more blondes. Let's do it one more time, boys. One more time. Let's go. Let the coping and seething commence.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it, boys, for the waifu battle. Elvira's going to go backstage where she will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Do not miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Do not miss it. Boys, so are we going to ban Sonic or like what? Are we going to ban Sonic? Sonic with a 2. Is Elvira that Tales of the Crypt host? That's crazy. Was Elvira a host for scary shows in the 1990s for a 2? Time him out for 10 seconds. Time him out for 10 seconds. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate that. Go watch her movies, man. Go watch her movies. She was awesome. She was awesome. All right, boys. We're fully caught up everywhere, guys. Thank you so much for the insane support. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody for liking the stream, hanging out with us, the super chats, memberships, games, everything. I appreciate it. We're gonna go continue Crimson Desert tonight in about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna raid over there on Hypnotic Gaming Live. Come hang out with us. We're currently the story's getting pretty crazy, to be honest with you. It's pretty cool. Getting revenge on the guy from the beginning of the game. It's pretty awesome. It's gonna be good stuff. So come hang out with us. Lots of sieging, lots of castle raiding. And again, shout out to the Hypnomods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you as well. The fuck? Alucard with a 2. Make him repent. He's screaming. Sonic is making Alucard scream right now. Thank you, Hypnomods, for doing what you do every single day. I appreciate you. And I will see every single one of you on the next one, whether it's tonight or tomorrow's videos, whatever it may be. I released a video today, by the way. You probably weren't notified, so go watch it. Until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. Stay to the end for the raid and enjoy the outro if you haven't seen it yet. It's been new for the last few days. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog or her cat was named Vagina. Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Suck it, yeah, don't put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck it, yeah, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in it, sweetie, and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! 'Cause that's all we fucking know! 'Cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get a grip!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. 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 That's right!
Why the hell are you still here? Go on. Get out of here. Go play some video games.